P&D Sports, an exclusive video broadcast. P&D Sports, an exclusive video broadcast.
Welcome to Bethpage High School, a matchup between the FDNY Bravest versus the Tri-State Devils, the National Public Safety Football League, again underway. I'm your host, Mike Blute. I'll be with you all afternoon with all the action with my buddy John Heffernan. John, great to see you again.
Mike Blute, everybody. NPSFL football happening today, Saturday on Long Island, as this 2024 season continues. Mike, this is game number 4 for FDNY, undefeated at 3-0. Big win against Dallas a couple of weeks ago in the Lone Star State. They opened up a 28-0 lead on the other side of things for Tri-State. You know, they're coming off a tough loss against undefeated Roanoke by 4 points. These teams match up well, Mike. I'm excited.
Yeah, I am as well. Obviously, Tri-State looking for their first victory, but FDNY cannot take anything for granted. They lead the standings right now in the NPSFL and control their own destiny as they try to run it back for a second consecutive championship. Obviously, there's a lot on the line for both these teams today, and we should take a look at some of the key players that are going to impact the action today. First, with the Tri-State Devils, we are going to start with Jamar Edwards, their star running back, number 23. Jamar Edwards, one of the player spotlights. John, he played at Scottsdale College in Arizona, and he's been a police officer in Stamford, Connecticut for 8 years. He's a key to their action, their offense today.
Jamar Edwards going 1-2 with Mr. Rockstar in the backfield for Tri-State, Miguel Masonette, who's been all over the National Football League as part of his resume. It's a 1-2 punch that is a force to be reckoned with, and through Ugardi's arm, his ability to run the ball, those two backs are going to be key for victory today for Tri-State.
No doubt. And also on the Tri-State side, a two-way player, Kamar Giddin, number 58. He's a guard. He's going to play some defensive tackle as well. Again, a police officer in Connecticut, law enforcement for 8 years. He played at Southern Connecticut State University.
Kamar Giddens, he's a first-year captain for this team, loves the game of football. 270-pounder offensive guard. When I asked him a little bit about that matchup against arguably the best defensive lineman in the league, Denzel Wilson, big number 95, he said, I ain't worried about Denzel Wilson. This team is going to move the ball, hit them low. That is the key to the offensive line having success today, and it starts with Giddens.
I mean, if I were him, I'd be worried about Denzel Wilson. He's been dominant all season long. And key players of the FDNY Bravest football team, guys that we've seen in action before on these broadcasts. We start with number 44, Frank Zerbo, picked up an interception last time out against Dallas.
Mike, you talk about a throwback. I mean, just look at the name, Frank Zerbo. I mean, that's a linebacker name right there. He plays on the strong side. He's a sideline-to-sideline guy. He's aggressive, and the key is for the linebacking core for the Fire Department of New York to key on those reads from Ugardi. They're an undersized defense. Let's be honest, they've got to be able to fall back into coverage, rush the quarterback when they can, and also cover space. That is the key for the linebackers today for the Fire Department.
Zerbo, Staten Island guy through and through, Port Richmond High School and Wagner College. And then on the offensive side, a deep receiving core at FDNY Bravest. We're going to start with number 83, Gerard Waterman.
Gerard Waterman, I mean, you talk about a breakout season. Waterman has risen the ranks from number 8 in the depth chart. He's up to about number 4 now. And with the slew of injuries, and a guy's not playing for FD today, including Dal Cortivo, Sumter, Evan Flowers is out today, and, of course, Joe Herman. What a huge loss that is for the Fire Department. It's going to be important for Waterman to step things up offensively at the receiver position, slot receiver for FDNY. And also, you're not going to see this guy off the field today, Mike. Steve Orr, special team coach for the fire department, says he is the best special teams player on our team as of right now. Waterman's going to be on the field a lot today.
Yeah, so let's talk about the keys to victory today. One major announcement in this game is last time you and I were together, John, Jack Conklin was under center, but Tom Heedles, number 10, who's been a very versatile player for them in the backfield, caught a touchdown pass against Dallas a couple of weeks ago. He's going to be under center at quarterback today.
Well, I mean, this guy does it all. He is an absolute stud, an athlete that is so multifaceted. As you mentioned, Mike, he can run the football. He can start at wide receiver. And he got the start in week 1 for the fire department of New York as the starting quarterback. 20 completions in that week 1 win. He gets the start today. Conklin out all week with the flu, unable to practice. Tommy Heedles gets the start today.
So some of the keys you mentioned earlier when we were off air that David Ugarte, the quarterback for the Tri-State, very mobile. It's going to be a key for the Bravest to contain Ugarte today.
Well, the other thing with Ugarte that has to be addressed, I mean, this is a left-handed quarterback, likes to roll to his left. That could cause problems for the fire department of New York. Also, a very, very mobile guy. Ugarte is certainly a veteran that has won the wars or has been in the wars, and he says this week it's the time we put it all together after that tough loss down in Virginia to Roanoke to come out with a victory today.
Obviously, FDNY has done a great job protecting the football all season. They'll have to continue to do the same. And keys to victory for the Tri-State Shields. They're going to spread the field. We mentioned that Ugarte. He's going to try to get outside and pick up some big gains running outside.
Absolutely. They run the spread offense. Tri-State can do a lot of different things offensively, running the football, a mobile quarterback, and a running game not to be reckoned with.
All right, we're going to go to the national anthem right now before a break.
Rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave, o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
An interesting rendition of the national anthem, Mike Blewett.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes a PA announcer has to be a jack of all trades. He's calling the plays on the field, singing a little of the national anthem. So we're excited to be here. Once again, Bethpage High School, National Public Safety Football League action. We got FDNY Bravest versus the Tri-State Devils. We didn't get an opportunity to explain to the audience exactly what the Tri-State Devils are. We have a variety of different officers and public servants, public safety employers that from a variety of different areas, Connecticut, Westchester, Long Island, all coming together to form this team.
Police, and also if you look at a guy like Ivan Manji, the president of the Tri-State Shields, Mike, he's an FBI guy, a U.S. Marshal, and he runs the New York City Joint Terrorism Task Force. At 45 years old, he'll be a defensive end today. Certainly another player to watch for the Shields defensively, and a heck of a nice guy.
Yeah. So what you'll see during the action today is not only these guys laying it all out on the line during their jobs day to day and each and every week protecting us, but they're doing it here on the football field, getting some of their showing off their athleticism and giving people an ability to show exactly how fun this league can be.
Well, we're set to go, set to get underway here at Bethpage High School.
There we go. There's the kick. Return there. That is number 19 on the return for the FDNY. That is Darren Payne. So he picks up the short kick.
Darren Payne on the return.
Ends up at the 48-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 48, where the FDNY starts their offense. Again, Tom Heedle's under quarterback, John, so we'll see exactly how we can get started.
Great field position for the Fire Department of New York to get this thing started today. Starting lineups on offense, Wheeler at wide receiver. I'll go alongside Ortega on the other side. You want to take it from here, Mike?
Yeah, of course. We got Tremaine Wilson back in action at running back, number 21. He'll be one of the featured backs today. So here we go, 1st and 10, folks. Excited to be here with you today. Mike Blute and John Heffernan. Man in motion there. That's Ortega in motion. Heedle's back to pass. He's under pressure. He does escape. He gets away. Downfield, hits number 3. A huge hit by number 4, Sean Kern. Knocks it loose, John.
Sean Kern, the defensive back for Tri-State. Of course, his father, George, one of the coaches for Tri-State, and absolutely setting the tone. The pressure there by number 99. Heedles escapes it, but watch this pop here. Kern absolutely unloads on number 3, Marco Bobby. Knocks the ball loose, so ball is not complete on that play. And Kern setting the tone defensively there for Tri-State.
Heedle's showing some of his elusiveness on that first play. He was nearly sacked, but escaped the sack. Found the open receiver downfield, but a big hit by Kern, forcing that loose. Marco Babby from Fort Hamilton High School, member of the FDNY.
And credit Jonathan Troncoso, number 99 from the New York City Police Department, with the pressure against Heedles. So Heedles comes out throwing, Mike, on 1st down. Let's see what FDNY does here.
So the Bravest at 2nd and 10. Fake handoff to Wilson and over the middle to number 4, Eric Ortega, complete for a 1st down to the 39-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10.
You know, Ortega not afraid to go over the middle, fearless as he cuts through.
Pass from Heedles is complete to Eric.
To give FDNY the 1st down.
1st down, FDNY.
1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. So Heedles on his first 2 plays back to pass, so they're throwing early.
Well, Heedles told me before the game, hey, John, I look forward to seeing you after the game. Love the confidence. He was referring to a post-game interview that we did a couple of weeks ago. He hopes to be back there, and Heedles is dialed in here early, Mike.
So they go with the handoff. Wilson to the outside, down to the 30, down to the 25, knocked out at the 23-yard line. A gain of 12 on the play. It'll be a 1st down. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line.
Everything working for FDNY 21. Trey Wilson, the leading rusher last season, Mike Blewett. He's back from a hamstring injury. They're going to have him on a pitch count today, Mike. But by all indications, Trey Wilson is back.
Yeah, great run there. Obviously, you're going to find some of the players with excellent experience, football playing experience. Trey Wilson out of Tottenville High School, but played at SUNY Albany, so Division I talent on the field today.
Absolutely, and that's a great sign for a banged-up offense here for FDNY today to get Wilson, Ortega, and Bobby going early. And Heedles looks solid on this first drive.
Heedles in shotgun. You have Aviles just to his right. Fake handoff, and he goes downfield intended for number 81, Tom Herrick, but incomplete on
And
that.
you see the guards on the offensive line pulling to the left. You love the push if you're an FDNY fan there. Absolutely dominating the line of scrimmage on that play.
All right, it'll be 2nd down and 10. They are at the 23-yard line of the Tri-State Devils. So a tough opening kickoff gave them great field position. We saw in our last game that we did together, giving FDNY big field position like that can put you in a tough position. They have the ability to score. They scored 26 points their last time out against the Dallas Defenders. Heedles in the shotgun right here. Again, Aviles to his right. He's got 4 wide. So very much a passing formation here. Heedles back to pass, looking downfield. He scrambles to his right. He is forced towards the sidelines. He looks to run himself, and he does pick up 4 on the play, John.
Yeah, he had plenty of time to throw the football. Credit the secondary for excellent coverage. And then things started to collapse around Tommy Heedles, who was able to scramble for a few. But again, it's that secondary of Tri-State there coming up, putting pressure on both the receivers and Heedles there to stifle FDNY, and that'll bring up third down.
3rd and 6.
Okay,
it's a spread offense here. Look at John Seda on that offensive line, one of the captains for FDNY and one of the anchors. As we got trips to the left and to the right, it's Bobby.
All right, Heedles back. Aviles again in the backfield to his left. Like John said, trips to the left. Heedles, plenty of time to pass. That pass is picked off, going the other way. Number 11. That is James Ingram returning it all the way back up to the 44-yard line. That looked like it was a little early. I thought we had early contact, but no flag on the play.
James
and a big
Ingram
interception here early for Tri-State.
Ingram absolutely telegraphed that beautifully. Plenty of time for Heedles again. But look at Ingram. He steps right in front, and he's off to the races. Ingram, not only a really hard hitter in that secondary and one of the leaders of that secondary, along with Kern, the show continues, and it's now Ingram in on the play for Tri-State. But Ingram and Kern have stood out in that secondary, and FDNY had been dominating on that drive. A good push at the offensive line, but Ingram with a big momentum changer there for the Tri-State Shields.
All right, so Tri-State takes over. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line. Ugarte under center. He's got 2 in the backfield and 2 wide, and he hands off. That is to number 20. That is Miguel Masonette. He goes outside for a gain of 1 on the play, possibly right back to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, we talked about Miguel Masonette during the pregame, the former NFL Philadelphia Eagle, the former New York Jet. Stays on his feet, and it came down to the last play of the game in that loss to Roanoke, who's undefeated in the NPSFL this year. Masonette down 4. Tri-State could have won the game. Masonette lost his footing, looks for redemption this week as Tri-State trying to get their first win of the season. They're going to need Masonette to step up.
Masonette, a member of the Suffolk County Department of Corrections. On 2nd down and 10, Ugarte in shotgun. He's back to pass. He scrambles. He's under pressure and sacked.
Great job.
Big sack there by number 11. That's Mike Silazitsky.
Silazitsky with the pressure. Silazitsky, a linebacker for the FDNY, in on the rush for FDNY, and down goes Ugarte.
Silazitsky, a member of Battalion 51 and a product of Comac High School, not too far from where we are here in Bethpage.
Mike is in his 40s. Silazitsky, he hits hard too. My goodness, athletic guy in his 40s. I'll leave it at that. Sorry, Mike, I'm blowing you up with the age, but nothing but love. And Silazitsky with
all right,
the takedown
so 3rd
there.
and long. Ugarte back to pass. He's forced out of bounds. Huge loss on the play. He's knocked out at his own 30-yard line. It'll be a punting situation here, 4th and nearly 20.
And a great job, great pressure again. Let's take a look at it. And look at the pressure there. Ugarte avoids 1, but not 2, as that'll force 4th down. And, let's talk a little bit about special teams, Mike.
Yep.
Really the key for the FDNY has been special teams all season. You look at that undefeated season last year, they didn't win a game by more. Every game they won last season of that undefeated year was under a touchdown in points. Special teams has been key, and with Evan Flowers not in the ball game today, Ortega is back to receive for FDNY.
Eric Ortega back. Ugarte handles the punting duties. A good kick. Ortega picks it up at the 41-yard line, his own 41, looking for space, taken down after a gain of 4. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bravest at the 45-yard line, John.
Excellent coverage. Not a great kick, but Fire takes over in about the same spot they took. They had in that first drive, right by midfield. So, a great field position for Fire Department. Listen, Fire Department, Mike's been the better team today so far here in the first quarter. If not for the interception by Tri-State, it's been all FDNY.
So we're going to take a look at the starting lineups for the Shields defense. Obviously, key players, Evan Monge, we got Rob Rivera there at defensive end, Raheem Bradshaw, Sean Kern, we've already highlighted him, and James Ingram with the interception. So their defensive backfield active early, John.
It'll be interesting to see what Heedles can do here. You know, he's got a cannon of an arm, more mobile than Conklin. We got a flag on the play.
So Heedles back to pass. He scrambled. It's clear offsides, and he throws back to pass. It's picked off again by Ingram, but I believe it's going to be a free play. Ingram is returning it. He's going to take it to the end zone, but I believe that's going to be offsides on number 34, Preston Iwagiran.
Yeah, that play was dead after the flag, and it looked like Heedles just wanted to throw that away. And indeed, the penalty will go. Looks like it's going to go against Tri-State.
Yeah, they're marking it off right now. So it'll be 1st and 5 at the 50-yard line, right at midfield. Heedles threw that ball away. Ingram a nose for the ball, though. He gets the one interception, and he was looking for interception number 2 there, even though that
I was saying, Heedles, who are you throwing that to, my man? But Heedles just looking to stop that play, apparently. So no interception for Ingram, and that'll bring up first.
We're going to have Trey Wilson in the background again here. Heedles in shotgun. He's got 2 to his right, 1 to his left. 1st and 5 from the 50. Man in motion here, and a handoff to Trey Wilson up the middle. He's good for a first down and more. Trey Wilson pushing the pile ahead. He's going to end up at the 40-yard line. A gain of 10. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bravest at the 40-yard line.
Great job, Trey Wilson. Once again, right up the gut. And it's that offensive line. We'll talk a little bit about them right now. Craig Wells at left tackle, John Seda, Jared Howe, all doing a great job on the O-line, creating the hole for Trey Wilson.
Ball officially marked at the 41-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 41 of the Tri-State. So we are 5 minutes in, just about 10 minutes left in the first quarter. FDNY's second possession of the day. We'll see if this one can be more fruitful. They got it down inside the red zone last time before the interception. Heedles in shotgun with Trey Wilson to his right and 2 out to the right. Now that is Aviles. Aviles takes the pitch. He's to the outside across the 35-yard line, down at the 32-yard line, just short of the first down. It'll be 2nd and short, John.
And out of the Connecticut Department of Corrections, number 7, Devontae Cradle, in on the tackle for Tri-State. Nice job there by Cradle for Tri-State.
Got a nice warm day here today, John. We've been dealing with rain every single Saturday for the last 3 months, it feels like, but we got a nice, pleasant day here in mid-60s. No rain, a little cloudy, but we got ourselves a nice day yet again.
Absolutely. You know, these two teams played in a torrential downpour 2 years ago, and FD got the better of Tri-State in that game. So, yeah, a little sticky out there, but great football weather, Mike.
All right, Heedles with Aviles to his left. Heedles back to pass. He scrambles. He's going to run. He's good for a few yards. He's going to pick up the first down across the 25-yard line. So a gain of 6 for Heedles. It'll be 1st and 10 for 25.
Mike, take a look how Heedles steps up in the pocket there, reads the defense beautifully, saw the pocket collapsing and making something out of nothing. That's what Heedles does well. If there were any questions about Heedles heading into this game, it's maybe he does not have the same grasp of the offense that John Conklin has, just because of reps overall this season. As we mentioned earlier, Heedles, the starter in Week 1 against DC, 20 completions in that game. He's moving the offense, directing the offense well. here in the first half for FDNY. They just haven't been able to punch it in.
And our last broadcast, Heedles was playing at running back. He was at wide receiver, so a lot of versatility and a natural backup quarterback. He's going to use that athleticism to pick up first downs like he just did. So 1st and 10 at the 25. Eric Ortega in motion. But dropped the snap. And Trey Wilson picks it up. He's across the 20-yard line. So a broken play on a drop snap, but still a gain of 5.
And number 34, Preston Uwagiran, grasping for dear life, almost got his hands on the runner for the fire department. And as you mentioned, a broken play. But overall, Mike, it's been all FDNY with the exception of that interception. They seem to be getting into more of a rhythm as this first quarter continues to move along.
Yeah, heads up play by Trey Wilson picking up the drop snap, and Heedles let him run with it. So he picked up the gain of 5. It is 1st and 10 at the 20. So knocking on the red zone yet again. Heedles in shotgun. He'll be there most of the day. Man in motion, and a pitch again to Aviles on the outside, but brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Big play there. Number 28, Joey Maniscalco, and Lamont Gibson in on the tackle.
Adrian Aviles, not the biggest guy in the world, but he is shifty. Out of Engine 42, Spelman High School, went to Western Connecticut State. And got to love that combination of both Trey Wilson and Aviles. I mean, we talked about the receiver depth for the fire department. I can't wait till Tommy Heedles unloads one because we haven't seen a deep ball yet. We're not going to see it here on this drive, as the ball is now at the 20-yard line for the fire department. But we're getting a taste of it so far, Mike. All the weapons from the fire department.
Yeah, we got Ortega. It receives the pass there from Heedles. He's across. We got flags there. I have a feeling this is going to be an offensive pass interference. Marco Babby providing a screen there for Ortega.
Yeah, that or a hold, and Bobby's certainly guilty of that. Had the right idea, but that looks like what it's going to be. You see Bobby there, he's going to get called for the hold. Kind of obvious.
It's going to be a hold.
A great job by our cameramen here at Bethpage High School. And Tom Bruno and the boys are back, doing a great job as always, getting the guilty party. Number 3, Marco Bobby, on the hold for the fire department.
All right, so it'll be 3rd down. No, shouldn't that be 2nd down? All right, it's 3rd down here.
Tri-State
at the 25-yard line,
here.
1st and 10.
Mike, they talked about this being the week for Tri-State fans that are watching today. We're so close. That was the message I was getting in the locker room before the game. They truly believe they can put it together for the victory here today. They need a stop here on a big 3rd down.
All right, we got the same setup here. 3 to his right here. Waterman, Ortega, and Wheeler to his right. Babbage, we got another flag. Is that a false start? No, they called the timeout. So Coach Cam Peak didn't like the look there, calls the timeout. All right, we're going to go to break. We'll come back with first quarter action in the National Public Safety Football League right after this.
New York Firefighters Heart and Lung Institute is a medical center for firefighters, designed by firefighters. As a leading provider of advanced medical screenings, we take pride in offering the best healthcare experience for firefighters and first responders. Since 2002, the New York Firefighters Heart and Lung Institute has been dedicated to screening, diagnosing, and treating first responders and their families each and every day. We provide a broad range of testing and medical care, including cardiac and pulmonary testing, as well as educational seminars focused on firefighter safety throughout the USA and Canada. We are proud to have recently entered into a partnership with the Uniformed Firefighters Association to encourage all firefighters to come in and get tested. New York State awarded a grant to the UFA for testing and cancer screening, and they have partnered with the New York Firefighters Heart and Lung Institute to provide certain services at no cost to the individual. Check out FDNYHeart.com or call 516-441-7614 to schedule an individual or group firehouse visit today.
All right, as always, visit FDNYHeart.com for more information on that commercial. We are back in action. It will be 3rd and 10 Heedles in shotgun formation. Adrian Aviles to his left. Waterman, Ortega, Wheeler to his right, and Babby up to his left on the line of scrimmage. Heedles back to pass. He's got plenty of time, looking for a shot to the end zone. He's got Waterman just over his head, incomplete in the end zone, John.
And just great protection there. Number 77, Craig Wells from ladder 176, Baldwin High School. Great job and giving Heedles plenty of time there. Again, it's the offensive line for the fire department, despite the incomplete pass, that is really giving Heedle room to work with. And I like what number 77, Craig Wells, is doing on the left side for the fire department.
All right, so you mentioned special teams earlier, John, and we're going to set up our first opportunity. Francis Cole out of Engine 59. Kicker, we saw him make a nearly 50-yard field goal the last time we were together against the Department of Corrections. He lines up for a 41-yarder right here. Plenty of leg right down the middle. Beautiful kick. Product of St. Francis Prep High School, my alma mater. Let's go Terriers.
St. Francis Prep, the best kicker in the National Public Safety Football League. Francis Cole, money once again. He missed one down in Dallas, but a beauty there for Francis Cole.
All right, so Bravest take a 3-0 lead. We'll head to a break and come back with more action right after this.
We're here today right outside Colorado Springs to welcome home DT and his family here in the beautiful smart home that the Tunnel to Towers Foundation has just completed.
I got hurt December 2005 in Afghanistan, and that day we're out on a mission, and I got hit by an IED while I was in my truck. Today we're in my home that Tunnel Tower built for me. A smart home is someone that's disabled like myself, kind of makes their lives a little easier. The thought that I don't have to worry about paying a mortgage.
We're asking all Americans to donate $11 a month. This is where your money's going, and this is what we're doing with it.
You know, some of us came back, some of us didn't, and thank God for organizations like Tunnel Towers. They're able to be there to help us when we need it.
Francis Cole kicks off deep right after the 41-yard field goal. He puts one right on the 2-yard line. That is picked up and returned by number 2. That's Marlon Beckles. He takes it back to the 15-yard line. So Francis Cole putting 3 points on the board, and John pinning the Tri-State Shields deep.
Absolutely, and Marlon Beckles running back that kick. Another weapon for Tri-State, in addition to Masonette. Beckles also a running back. You know, Tri-State's got the goods, man. They just got to get a little more rhythm. Ugardi's got to get them going here. But credit to D2 for holding FD there to the field goal. We mentioned Francis Cole. He is going to be the number 1 today. It'll be interesting to see if Steve Orr gets DeFelice in the game, the second kicker. Luxury problems for Steve Orr. Bryant DeFelice, the number 2 kicker for the fire
department. You saw the
department.
Shields offense starting lineup up there. Masonette, Agarte in the backfield. And we got Masonette, picks up the ball right there across the first down marker and up to the 32-yard line, a pickup of 17 yards, so a big run right there. Obviously, this backfield with the ability, the athleticism of David Agarte and Miguel Masonette's ability really has them in a position where they're going to be trying to run the ball all day. Here you see the FDNY Bravest starting lineup. Defensively, it starts right in the middle with Denzel Wilson, one of the top players in all of the NPSFL.
I love to see Khalifa Forbes in on that hit against Masonette. Masonette put his head down. Forbes got banged up but stayed with him. You mentioned Denzel Wilson. Watch that matchup. Nose tackle and center.
Handed off to Masonette again on first down and 10. He's knocked out of bounds. Gang tackle there, pushing him out of bounds. Masonette going to be a big part of this offense today. But number 22, John Moody, one of the FDNY captains, in on the tackle.
The Curtis High School grad. Look at the speed by John Moody here at the bang out of nowhere like a laser. Moody joined by number 19, Darren Payne. Gotta love the aggressiveness from the fire department on that play, and that's going to bring up second down.
So Masonette, that's his fourth carry of the day already. It'll be 2nd and 9 from their own 31. Tri-State Devils down 3-0. Could have been a lot worse, John. FDNY in the red zone twice, only 3 points so far. So with under 5 minutes left in the first quarter, Ugarte back to pass, back in shotgun, dual backfield. He's going to scroll out to his right, and he looks way downfield. That ball is right there. Tim Dollison in on the coverage. He knocks the ball away. He knocks the ball away as intended for Ramel Joseph from Port Authority Police.
Timmy Dollison, ladder 82, might have gotten away with one there. Mike Blewett. One-on-one coverage. Ugarte running to his right, fired, saw the one-on-one coverage and said, hey, I'm going to throw it up there and give it a shot. But Dollison went punch for punch, stride for stride, and beautiful coverage by Dollison. There was a little contact, but I like the no call.
I'm with you on the no call. I thought there was a chance to throw a flag there. Dollison didn't turn his head around, so he did make contact with Joseph before the pass, but it was pretty light contact, and the ball didn't quite make it there anyway. So same formation. We got number 23. That's Jamar Edwards in motion. Ugarte looks for Edwards, and he completes the pass right at the first down marker. Across the first down marker, it will be 1st and 10 all the way up to the 43-yard line.
Great job by Ugarte throwing it into traffic, and the left-hander, just a tight spiral. Great coverage. Could not have thrown that ball more perfectly and into a better spot. That is a beautiful pass by Ugarte to give a much-needed first down to Tri-State. I want to give a shout-out to first-year head coach Jay Myers for the Tri-State Shields. A bit of a new regime for Tri-State as we're going to go to break now, Mike.
Yeah, we got the end of the quarter, end of the first quarter, and when we come back, we'll have more action. Tri-State Devils taking on the FDNY Bravest.
Tom Olkers served others.
He was an incredible husband, father, NYPD officer, and FDNY firefighter.
At age 26, Tom worked at Ground Zero in the rescue and recovery efforts following the attacks of 9/11.
Throughout his courageous battle against World Trade Center cancer, Tom deeply appreciated the care provided for him and his family, including the FDNY's Family Assistance Unit.
One of the TO Foundation's first initiatives is to purchase a family assistance van to help ease the burden for other firefighters and their families when facing an illness.
Together, we will honor Tom by helping first responders and their families in their hour of need. Please visit tofamilyfoundation.org today.
All right, right back in action. Ugarte back in shotgun. He's going to tuck and run right out of the gate. Gets outside. A big play there. Big tackle. Who's that? That is number... Is that Darren Payne again?
And
Darren Payne in on the action, yeah.
That looked like a set play, Mike, but not fooled at all. Let's take a look at that first down pass by Ugarte, the play before the one we just saw. And just a beautiful, absolutely beautiful pass. And you couldn't have asked for better coverage from number 8, Dollison. Not a whole lot Dollison could do there. Ugarte, hats off to him with a beautiful pass and that first down.
Yeah,
but
great
now
timing
second
out
down
there
for
to
Tri-State.
Edwards. So it'll be, he stopped at the line of scrimmage on that scramble, that design play. And again, they're going with this backfield pretty consistently. They've got Edwards and Masonette flanking Ugarte. So the rushing attack threatening FDNY early. It's a handoff to Masonette right up the middle, and he stopped at the line of scrimmage. So no gain on these first two plays of this series, and it'll be 3rd and 10 from their own 44-yard line. We'll see what Tri-State can cook up.
Let's talk a little bit about number 95, Denzel Wilson. I mean, the guy creates all sorts of havoc. And you'll see him moving around on the D-line throughout the game today. He's just tough. Seems like he never gets hurt. A large load to deal with, a legit 300-pounder. And in on the action on that stop for the fire department.
All right, so a big third down here, early second quarter. It'll be 3rd and 9. Tri-State trying to figure out what to do. Players getting set here. And we've got, yes, that same backfield again, Agarte, Edwards, and Masonette in shotgun formation.
3-4 defense for Fire Department.
Agarte back to pass, looking deep into coverage and knocked away. That number 26, Khalifa Forbes from Curtis High School in South Carolina State, another Division I guy out there. He knocks that ball away, and it'll be 4th down and 9. It looks like Tri-State looking to punt again.
I don't know how the Fire Department secondary does it, but there was literally 3 different guys, including Khalifa Forbes, in on the coverage there. Just a great job, a great read, led by number 8. That was Dollison.
All right, Agarte to punt here. And back to receive, I believe that's Ortega again, Eric Ortega. Yes, Eric Ortega will be back to receive. Gets off a decent kick, end over end. They're going to get a good bounce, and Ortega's not going to pick it up, going to let it roll. Takes a big bounce for the Tri-State Devils all the way down inside the 11-yard line. And we're going to, before we head to a break, really quick on the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Since 9/11, they've been helping America's heroes by providing mortgage-free homes to Gold Star and fallen first responder families with young children, and by building specially adapted smart homes for catastrophically injured veterans and first responders. They are also committed to eradicating veteran homelessness and helping America to never forget September 11, 2001. Visit t2t.org for more. We're going to stay with the action here. I believe we're not going to head to a break. So, all right, FDNY going to have the ball at their own 10, their worst field position of the day, but starting out with a 3-0 lead, John.
Listen, Tri-State, give them credit. Special teams there doing the job. FD way backed up to start this drive here in the second quarter.
That is not Heedles under center.
It's Conklin.
That's Conklin under center. So Conklin, quick pass outside to Rob Wheeler, incomplete. So we already have a switch at quarterback. Not uncommon in this league, John, to see a 2-quarterback rotation. You said Conklin's been dealing with the flu, so under the weather clearly, but a gamer. He's going to go out there, see if they can get the ball moving on this series.
Not uncommon for the Fire Department of New York either. They've used Heedles and Conklin both this season. And not surprised at all to see Conklin here in the second quarter. 2 different guys. Conklin not as speedy, mobile a quarterback, but certainly experienced. And I look to see Conklin throwing the ball a little bit more than Heedles here in the second quarter.
We got a quick handoff there to number 21, Trey Wilson. Dropped right at the line of scrimmage. That might be a loss of 1. So it'll be 3rd down and 11 at their own 10-yard line. So FDNY not doing much on offense on this series. You can see right here the big play by number 4. I believe that was Sean Kern in on the tackle.
Well, we're going to get to see Conklin throw the ball here on 3rd and long. Man, I got to tip my cap here to Tri-State, who has played very well today here in the first half.
Yeah, like you said, John, the FDNY in the stand, top of the standings in the NPSFL Eastern Conference. That pass intended for Rob Wheeler and incomplete. A good throw by Conklin, but through Wheeler's hands, drops to the ground. It'll be 4th down. They're going to be punting again.
Yeah, Wheeler's got to hold on to the football here, especially in this spot. A big 3rd down. And Wheeler wants that one back, I can promise you. But listen, nicely thrown pass by Conklin, newly inserted in the ball game, and we all drop passes. It happens.
Wheeler didn't have his hands turned the right way, sort of hit off of his palms, dropped to the ground. We're going to have Francis Cole, who's got the only points of the day. He'll be punting. He gets one off here. Pretty good kick across the 45. It'll be picked up by number 2, Marlon Beckles. He gets it back to the 45. So a gain of about 4 on the punt return. We're going to head to a break right now and come back with more action for the National Public Safety Football League live at Bethpage High School.
Tom Olkers served others.
He was an incredible husband, father, NYPD officer, and FDNY firefighter.
At age 26, Tom worked at Ground Zero in the rescue and recovery efforts following the attacks of 9/11.
Throughout his courageous battle against World Trade Center cancer, Tom deeply appreciated the care provided for him and his family, including the FDNY's Family Assistance Unit.
One of the TO Foundation's first initiatives is to purchase a family assistance van to help ease the burden for other firefighters and their families when facing an illness.
Together, we will honor Tom by helping first responders and their families in their hour of need. Please visit TO.
Back in action here, Garte under center. He hands off again to Miguel Masonette. He's across. Oh, big hit there. Number 22, John Moody, the captain. We've mentioned his name a few times today, and you can see John right here. He makes a big stick to stop Masonette after a gain of 5.
Masonette, man, he is so good. Moody lowers the boom. You can hear that hit from up here in the booth. But Miguel Masonette picks up a couple of yards, and it's going to be 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 from the 40. Tri-State now in FDNY territory. We'll see if they can put something together here and try to even the score. Jamar Edwards gets to carry there, and he's stopped for a loss. Big play there by the FDNY defense. Loss of 2 on the play. It'll push it back to 3rd and 7, so a big third down here for the Tri-State Devils.
Yeah, if you look at the push there by the D-line for FDNY, multiple guys in on the tackle, led by number 39, Mike Song, the Engine 332 Beach Channel High School alum.
John Cunningham, number 91, also in on the play. Another St. Francis Prep alum and a U-Albany alum. So a Division I talent on the FDNY roster is evident as he gets the push and helps to blow up that play. So for the
Cunningham,
first time,
a big boy too. My goodness.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the bigger players that we've seen on the field today. Ugarte downfield, pretty good throw. Maybe a little bit behind Chris Cribbs, the wide receiver. So that pass incomplete. It'll be 4th and 7, but we'll see how aggressive Tri-State can get right here. They're going to go for it. I don't think they'll be punting. So from the FDNY 43-yard line, 4th and 7, John, they're going to look to go, I believe.
Yeah, Darren Payne also in on the coverage for FD, breaking up that play. And listen, Tri-State is going to be kicking it away.
Yeah, they're going to kick it away. I'm a little surprised. I thought they might be a little aggressive here. First half, just 3-0. They have dynamic players in the backfield like Masonette and obviously Ugarte and Edwards. But they're going to try to play the field position game here. Ortega back to field to kick. Ugarte punting yet again. So disappointing on that series. And he does a little pooch kick here. Ortega is going to fair catch it right at the 15-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the FDNY Bravest from their own 15-yard line. I just want to mention a word about the TO Family Foundation. People are continuing to lose their lives to World Trade Center cancers at an alarming rate. Firefighters and police officers face danger on every tour, and some heroes don't make it home. We believe that support, information, and financial assistance can help ease the burdens faced by first responders' families in their time of need. We know firsthand that our first responders and their loved ones deserve our care. Please visit tofamilyfoundation.org for more information. That named after Tommy Elkers, who lost his life in 9/11. So as we get back to action, John Conklin back under center for FDNY Bravest, and we've got number 21, Trey Wilson, in the backfield with him.
Big series here for the FDNY. Let's see what they do on first down.
Trey Wilson breaks a big run there out to the 25-yard line, and he is going to be just short of the first down. It'll be 2nd and 1, but a big 9-yard run there for Trey Wilson. John.
Again, Wilson, let's take a look at it. Huge hole for Wilson to run through. And a shoestring combination tackle.
Oh, he does get across the first down. I stand corrected. It'll be all the way out to the 27. So he picked up 12 on the play, does get the first down, fought for a little extra yardage at the end of that run. 1st and 10 from the 27 for the FDNY after picking up the first down. We have under 9 minutes to play in the second quarter.
Wilson, the leading rusher today, has looked phenomenal.
Handoff again to Wilson. He scoots across the 30-yard line, picks up about 5. Every time Trey Wilson gets the ball, John, he's picking up chunks of yardage. So 12 on the first play, now 5 on this one. He's got 17 yards on this drive as they tried to move it down the field.
Hey, man,
I see them playing some ball control here.
If I'm head coach Cam Peake, give the ball to big number 21 all day long. The O-line keeps working like this for the fire department. This drive could prove to be fruitful for the fire department of New York City.
So they give Trey Wilson a quick break here in the backfield with Conklin. We see number 14, Aviles again. Conklin, looks to Aviles, and Aviles gets stuck. Was not looking. Big hit by number 9, Lamont Gibson.
Oh, man. Gibson just tore into Aviles.
Just miscommunication there. Aviles was turned the wrong way. Conklin got it to him, but Aviles had his back turned, and Gibson unloaded. But Aviles popped right back up. He's fine, but still it took kind of a tough hit on a play where he didn't see that coming. And it'll be Conklin under center, 3rd down and 5 from their own 32. Again, Aviles in the backfield with him. Conklin moves back to shotgun. You got Wheeler on the left-hand side. Conklin back to pass, drops back. He's going to have to scramble. He's out to his right, throws across the middle, incomplete, intended for Ortega, but Sean Kern on the coverage, John.
Yeah, Conklin kind of trying to make something out of nothing there. Great coverage once again by Tri-State. Conklin had nobody open, took it himself, and on 3rd down, there is a flag on the play,
Flag
but it's
is a
going to go
hold, I
against the
believe,
fire
and
department.
declined by Tri-State Devils, John. So it'll be FDNY punting yet again. We're going to head to a break. We got a stoppage on the field. We're going to head to a break and come back after this.
New York Firefighters Heart and Lung Institute is a medical center for firefighters, designed by firefighters. As a leading provider of advanced medical screenings, we take pride in offering the best healthcare experience for firefighters and first responders. Since 2002, the New York Firefighters Heart and Lung Institute has been dedicated to screening, diagnosing, and treating first responders and their families each and every day. We provide a broad range of testing and medical care, including cardiac and pulmonary testing, as well as educational seminars focused on firefighter safety throughout the USA and Canada. We are proud to have recently entered into a partnership with the Uniformed Firefighters Association to encourage all firefighters to come in and get tested. New York State awarded a grant to the UFA for testing and cancer screening, and they have partnered with the New York Firefighters Heart and Lung Institute to provide certain services at no cost to the individual. Check out FDNYheart.com or call 516-441-7614 to schedule an individual or group firehouse visit today.
FDNY about to punt. But before we get to that, Rigging NYC Contractors has been a trusted provider of rigging services for over 2 decades, specializing in construction, crane, and rigging, industrial rigging services, and machinery moving. As rigging service professionals, we are dedicated to completing our New York City rigging projects safely and on time. Our licensed master riggers, operating engineers, teamster drivers, steam fitters, and iron workers are highly experienced and excel at turnkey, heavy lifting, and moving solutions. Visit riggingnyc.com for more information. And we have a timeout here. Tri-State Devils, I think, did not have the proper number of players on the field. Number 11, James Ingram, was vocal and forced the coaching staff to call a timeout. They were afraid they were going to be in a situation. We're going to take a quick break here. We'll come back for more action at Bethpage High School.
For over 2 decades, Rigging NYC Contractors, Inc. has been the go-to provider of rigging in New York City. Specializing in construction and industrial rigging, as well as machinery moving, we are dedicated to delivering safe and timely solutions. Our team consists of licensed master riggers, operating engineers, teamster drivers, steam fitters, and iron workers. No matter the industrial or construction application, we have the lifting solution for you. In addition to rigging services, we offer specialized trucking services to handle equipment and materials. Our fleet of tractor trailers and experienced drivers make us the premier choice for New York trucking, including oversized freight and heavy loads. When it comes to rigging, trust the experts, the licensed master riggers at Rigging NYC Contractors. Contact us today for more information and let us make your next project.
And we are back in action. Francis Cole back to punt, and he lets off a booming kick. Back to receive it was number 2, Marlon Beckles. He lets it go. It rolls all the way down to the 25-yard line. Number 47 for FDNY downs that. That's Raymond Dalcortivo, the wide receiver out of Engine 242 in Abraham Lincoln High School. He downs it. So it'll be 1st and 10 again for Tri-State Devils. Back and forth we go.
Well, if it's not for the right foot of number 15 on the Fire Department of New York, we could have a much different looking ball game than we have so far. Francis Cole with the field goal. I mean, he is working overtime today. A gorgeous punt there that backs up Tri-State. They'll have the ball at their own 25. And really, the secondary for Tri-State has been unbelievable. Kern, Ingram, to name a few, have really shut down the receivers for the Fire Department. And great job so far by Tri-State defensively. They just got to get it going on O.
All right, 1st and 10 at the 25. Ugarte, for the first time, has 4 guys out wide. He's joined by Marlon Beckles in the backfield, and they hand it off quickly to Beckles. Gets across the 25 up to the 28-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 7 after that, John.
You know, I'm wondering, too, with inserting Conklin into the second quarter, Mike, for the Fire Department, is the thought there we want to get the ball in the air a little bit more, we want to mix it up, because just when Heedle starts to get a little bit of flow, we then bring in Conklin, and with such a tight defensive game that we've seen so far, rhythm is going to be the key from this point forward. Both of these offenses have to get going.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I would say is that every time Trey Wilson has touched the ball, he's picked up positive yards, but they have not relied on him as heavily as we might expect. Ugarte on 2nd down scrambles out left. He's pushed out of bounds by number 44, one of our key players, Frank Zerbo, on the tackle. Obviously, Zerbo with the interception last week and already making plays today, pushes Ugarte out there.
Yeah, Zerbo not fooled there by Ugarte at all. A great job by King in on number 0 for the Tri-State Shields.
So it'll be 3rd and 7 from the 27-yard line. And this is another key play. We're seeing a lot of 3rd and longs for both offenses today, John. That's why we're seeing a 3-0 score at present live from Bethpage High School. Ugarte, again, 4 out wide here. So, 5 wide. Sorry, I missed a guy all the way on the outside. Ugarte using his speed and gets across the 1st down marker. So they go 5 wide, and he scrambles out to the left and picks up a 1st down. Spread out the defense, send them downfield, and he picks up the yardage.
Absolutely. Ugarte here on the run. And, Denzel Wilson, again, causing a lot of problems on that defensive line for the Fire Department, especially when you see bad snaps. 9 times out of 10, it's Denzel Wilson who will set up a little to his left or a little to his right and get to the center for Tri-State and try to do whatever he can to disrupt that exchange between big number 70 Keith Hennon and the quarterback Ugarte.
Darren Payne in on that last tackle for the FDNY Bravest. Here we go, 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line of the Tri-State Devils. So that quick gain there, Miguel Masonette stopped just past the line of scrimmage. Gain of 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 9 from now the 37-yard line. So we'll see Tri-State. Look, I think part of the approach here is going to be let's wind down some clock, keep FDNY off the field for the rest of the half, and see if they can pick up a score.
Absolutely. Number 49 in on that tackle, John Esposito.
A Western Carolina product, so FCS football. And keep mentioning these Division I schools, so Western Carolina product. The Catamounts, Cullowhee, North Carolina. So Miguel Masonette on the pitch, And again, great defense by FDNY Bravest.
Well, you look at, we could take a look at this again. You see the linebackers surging, bringing the pressure. Look at the option by Ugarte. Miguel, nobody fooled. And a nice tackle there by number 43, Jonathan Carberry, who's a tank of a player at a ladder 42.
FDNY, I believe, calls the timeout there.
I
think there was a personnel confusion there. John Cunningham was trying to get off the field. Let's head to a break, and we'll come back with more action live from Bethpage High School.
So how many saw Forrest Gump? Well, I'm Gary Sinise. I played Lieutenant Dan.
Hello, I'm Gary Sinise, and while you may recognize me from movies or television, my life's mission has been to honor and support our nation's veterans, servicemen and women, first responders, our most severely wounded heroes, the families of our fallen, and those suffering from the invisible wounds of war.
I appreciate everything that you do for our troops.
Thank you for what you do for these veterans.
What you do for the soldiers, God bless you.
I lost my dad.
I know. And we want to show you that we don't forget your dad.
It's meaningful.
Yeah.
Because I didn't expect any of this, I was just happy to be alive. So when everyone showed their love and support, it's overwhelming.
Please join me to help us help our defenders who keep us safe and our communities strong. Donate today at Gary.
All right, back in live action. Big 3rd and 7 here. Gartre back to pass, under pressure. Wilson flushes him out. He goes way downfield, number 6. That was Ramel Joseph. Pass intended for him. A great toss, but just out of reach.
Ramel Joseph almost caught up to it. Guarding just not enough on this pass. Look at Wilson, collides with his own player there.
It's number 50, Sky Parami.
By number 50, that was Parami inadvertently crashing in to Denzel Wilson, but shows the hustle from both of those guys.
Garde's got wheels, though, John. I mean, Denzel Wilson's an absolute force in this league, but Ugarte showing his wheels. Difficult for even Wilson to get a hold of him. And we're going to. Oh, roughing the
turn
passer.
of events here, Mike.
Can we get a replay on that again, guys? I don't know if we saw that at the end of the play. So Wilson and Parami were getting after Ugarte. So here you see Wilson flushes him out. Parami runs into him, and Ugarte throws the ball well downfield. So that is a huge hit. We have to see who that was. I don't know if that was that late, though. Did you think that was late?
I think it was the targeting that they didn't like on that play.
He got him pretty good, but I didn't think it was a flag in live. And Ugarte got the ball well downfield. We're going to see it again. So you see Wilson and Parami coming after him. And in pursuit, you have number 41, Danoon. But it's clearly one of the linebackers' defensive backfields crashed down at Ugarte. And he gets called for the late hit. Or the hit up high, a penalty either way, and gives them a massive first down. And on first down, no gain. But it'll be 2nd and 10 from the FDNY 47, John. Ugarte in shotgun. I believe that's Masonette to his left. He fakes the handoff to Masonette. Quick pass, gets it out to number 12, Thomas Davis. That is complete, and it'll be 3rd down and a big 5 here, John.
Yeah, and a nice pass play right on the sideline called by Tri-State. And little out routes like that are effective, and we'll see what Ugarte can do here.
Again, the fake handoff to Masonette. There's flags down on the play. Pass complete to number 85. That's Chris Cribbs. And he gets across the 35-yard line. I have a feeling we do have a hold here. I don't know who they called on that hold, but there were flags everywhere. So they'll push it back, and it'll be now 3rd and 15. And they push them back out of FDNY territory, back into Tri-State territory. We're under 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. So just a few minutes left in the first half. A low-scoring affair. Defense really a big part of the story today.
Absolutely. Huge points at a premium, as we've discussed all game long. And an untimely penalty there. A big completion by Ugarte for the first down, but it's going to get called back. And just when Tri-State got thinking they're getting a little momentum.
Yeah, important thing to note too is how big this game is. Tri-State, no wins yet on the year, so trying to get on the board with a victory. But FDNY leads the standings in the NPSFL. They control their own destiny to try to get back to the championship game for the second year in a row. So every possession for this team, a premium, John, as they try to capture back-to-back championships. That pass incomplete, and it'll put them in a punting situation, 4th and 15 from their own 49.
So, yeah, Roanoke undefeated playing today versus the California Sheriffs. San Diego also undefeated playing against Corrections. If both of those teams lose today, it will then be the fire department who will have a shot at not only Fun City Bowl, PD, FD game victory, but a national championship, which could be this same game on June 1st, Mike.
That's right. So NYPD finest, averaging the most points in the league at 33 points a game. All right, FDNY, you got Ortega back to receive the punt. Ugarte, a good kick, but Ortega's going to get a shot here, but a big tackle. He's hit by Miguel Masonette right when he gets the ball, as well as number 31 for Tri-State. Number 31 is, Raheem Bradshaw, defensive backfield. He's an MTA police officer, and it'll be 1st and 10 here for the Bravest. Back and forth we go. A punt fest. You've got Ugarte, Francis Cole, the stars of the first half, along with some of the defenders that we've highlighted. Denzel Wilson, Sean Kern. Obviously, a great job here defensively by these teams today. And we'll see if John Conklin, can get anything going for the offense. We already saw the switch at quarterback, Heedles to Conklin. And we've got now them setting up in the backfield with Conklin. He's going to be number 29, Ricky Dalcorvito. You've got Ortega and Aviles out to his right, Waterman and Wheeler up to his left. It was Wheeler, to his right. Wheeler to his right, complete. First down, good for 4 yards on the play. It'll be first down, second down and 6, at the 28-yard line, John.
It's good to see Rob Wheeler getting going for the fire department with the short reception there. And it's what Wheeler does after the catch that's been so impressive this season. Number 7 makes it second down.
We got a blitz here, and he's under pressure. Oh, Conklin escapes. He's looking downfield. He's got nothing, and he's pushed out of bounds. It'll be a loss of 3 on the play. We saw a blitz there from number 1, Ivan Monge, and he forces Conklin to roll out to his right, and he's pushed out of bounds. Let's see if we can get a replay here on that, as Conklin had nowhere to go. He's looking downfield after he scrambled.
Great job by Ivan Monge. Look at him go at the pressure. A heady play by Conklin to dip out of trouble, but he runs out of space. Good pressure by Ivan Monge. He's lost a lot of weight, gotten into great shape as well.
John. That was number 55, Robert Rivera, and number 9, Lamont Gibson, forcing Conklin out of bounds on that play. All right, 3rd and long.
Big play here for the fire department. And once again, the defense at Tri-State in a groove.
All right, Conklin back to pass. He's again flushed out of the pocket. He goes way downfield, incomplete. Intended for number 83, Gerard Waterman. His pass is incomplete. James Ingram on the coverage. We see another flag down as holding on the FDNY. I'd imagine this one will be declined. It'll be 4th and 8. I think it's a punting situation here if they decline the penalty.
Ingram, nearly an interception there, Mike. Ingram has just been phenomenal today in the secondary for Tri-State.
Ingram with the interception early, which took points off the board for FDNY, and he's made several plays throughout the day. Obviously has a nose for the ball. He had an interception called back on a penalty, and now in the mix for potentially another turnover. You're going to have Francis Cole back to kick right now. As we mentioned earlier, Francis Cole, the St. Francis Prep product and Central Connecticut State product. Got a big leg. We've seen him kick huge field goals, and he's had a great job punting today as well. And back to receive, that is number 3, Jamar Sanchez.
Look at the hang time on that, Mike.
Does not get a bounce there, and they'll pick it up down by number 41 of the FDNY, Zane Danoon. EMS Battalion 23 is Danoon. So we take yet another break in the action. It'll be first down for the Tri-State Devils in their own territory. See if we can get some more points on the board in this first half.
We're here today right outside Colorado Springs to welcome home DT and his family here in the beautiful smart home that the Tunnel to Towers Foundation has just completed.
I got hurt December 2005 in Afghanistan. And that day, we're out on a mission, and I got hit by an ID while I was in my truck. Today, we're in my home that Tunnel Tower built for me. A smart home is someone that's disabled like myself. Kind of makes their lives a little easier. The thought that I don't have to worry about paying a mortgage.
We're asking all Americans to donate $11 a month.
All right, Tri-State Shields at their own 37-yard line, 1st and 10. Just a minute to go left in the half. Ugarte downfield, intended for number 2, Marlon Beckles, but a huge stick there. That's John Moody again on the tackle.
Moody coming through, lowering the boom. And we have seen a kicking clinic by Cole and Moody saying, hey, Tri-State, you're secondary. You think you're good? Get a load of this. That's textbook by number 22, John Moody, captain for the FDNY.
So just under a minute to go. We've got Ugarte back to pass 5 wide. Looking downfield, he's got number 85, Chris Cribbs. That is complete. It'll be 3rd down now and 4, and timeout for the Tri-State Shields. They get a timeout as they try to put points on the board before the end of the half. We're going to go to a break. Come right back after this.
Tom Olkers served others.
He was an incredible husband, father, NYPD officer, and FDNY firefighter.
At age 26, Tom worked at Ground Zero in the rescue and recovery efforts following the attacks of 9/11.
Throughout his courageous battle against World Trade Center cancer, Tom deeply appreciated the care provided for him and his family, including the FDNY's Family Assistance Unit.
One of the TO Foundation's first initiatives is to purchase a family assistance van to help ease the burden for other firefighters and their families when facing an illness.
Together, we will honor Tom by helping first responders and their families in their hour of need. Please visit tofamilyfoundation.org today.
Visit the tofamilyfoundation.org for more information on how to help, how to donate some time.
Great coverage by Darren Payne, by the way, Mike, on that last play.
Absolutely. Ugarte back to pass. Big 3rd down here. Under pressure. That's not going to be enough. John Cunningham in on the tackle, along with number 34. That's Trevor Elam, linebacker out of Wagner High School and Hartwick College. So Ugarte can't get anything going on that drive.
Trevor Elam has contributed all season long, and it looks like we're going to have another timeout on the field. As Stevie Orr comes out, talk things over with big number 95, Denzel Wilson. Steve Orr, the longtime special teams coach, played on this team years ago. You want to go back to 9/11, 2001, where the fire department in New York lost 343 firemen on that day. And this team has made a remarkable recovery when you think of the amount of firefighters that played on this football team as well, Mike, on 9/11. Steve Orr, the special teams coach, was a part of that team on 9/11. As we offer our prayers to the 343 lost on September 11th.
It's a good reminder, John. We're here having fun calling a football game, but at the heart of this is a brotherhood amongst these players, amongst these various municipal organizations and public safety members of our society. They do a lot more than just play this football game. A booming kick right there. Ugarte's best kick of the day. That one down at the 1
Whoa!
yard. That's the best kick of the day. Down by number 31. Down by number 31, Raheem Bradshaw. He's an MTA police officer, and FDNY Bravest is going to have their work cut out for them. 99 yards to go. We're just about 2.5 minutes left in the first half, and the FDNY is going to have to get it going here. I would imagine they're going to play it close to the vest here. A couple of handoffs. Tri-State Shields have burned their timeouts. They may have one left, but they've burned a couple of timeouts, and we'll see if they can take some time off the clock here. We'll see if we see a little bit more of what we saw early in the game from Trey Wilson, John.
Well, you got to, first of all, tip your cap to Ugarde on one heck of a punt. He says, hey, Francis Cole, I can match you kick for kick, and hello, the quarterback as well. Great punt by Ugarde, great coverage by getting that ball down to the 1.5-yard line for the fire department. And, yeah, I mean, John Conklin's going to have to pull a rabbit out of a hat here, and what you want to do is try to avoid the safety, especially setting up in the shotgun.
Jermaine Wilson does get the handoff there on first down, pushes the pile up to the 9-yard line or so. So
a little bit of breathing room for the fire department.
Carry. It does certainly help them. Let's see how many they spot them right there. I think that's right about the 8 or 9 yard line. So a big gain there. And I think we're at the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, final 10 seconds of the second quarter, and they're going to let the clock run out. Mike, it's been not a lot of points, not a lot of big time plays, but defensive battle for sure. Oh,
yeah. So there we go. So we're on camera. There we are, John. Look at this, two handsome guys on camera right here. So that's the end of the half. Sorry, the clock's been a little bit tricky on us today, but a very low-scoring first half. Obviously, 3-0 Francis Cole, the only points of the day. Neither offense really been able to get going, but it's a testament to each defense for being able to stop them.
Yeah, special teams, defense, the secondary for both of these teams. The coverage has been phenomenal. Kind of old-school football, smash-mouth football. We saw Trey Wilson get some of the biggest gains of the day for the fire department, the leading rusher in that first half. And if adjustments are going to be made at halftime, Mike, for the fire department to come out with a victory, they've got to get the passing game going. They've had their hands full. The guys like Kern and the defensive backs, other defensive backs for Tri-State have been phenomenal.
All right, so you see FDNY leaving the field right there. Tri-State Shields have been valiant. Last time out, when John and I called the game, FDNY got up to a huge lead and basically ran out the clock in the second half. That won't be the case here. Just 3-0. It's been a defensive battle, and we're going to head to a break and come back with a little bit more on this game and on this league after this.
New York Firefighters Heart and Lung Institute is a medical center for firefighters, designed by firefighters. As a leading provider of advanced medical screenings, we take pride in offering the best healthcare experience for firefighters and first responders. Since 2002, the New York Firefighters Heart and Lung Institute has been dedicated to screening, diagnosing, and treating first responders and their families each and every day. We provide a broad range of testing and medical care, including cardiac and pulmonary testing, as well as educational seminars focused on firefighter safety throughout the USA and Canada. We are proud to have recently entered into a partnership with the Uniformed Firefighters Association to encourage all firefighters to come in and get tested. New York State awarded a grant to the UFA for testing and cancer screening, and they have partnered with the New York Firefighters Heart and Lung Institute to provide certain services at no cost to the individual. Check out FDNYHeart.com or call 516-441-7614 to schedule an individual or group firehouse visit today.
We're here today right outside Colorado Springs to welcome home DT and his family here in the beautiful smart home that the Tunnel to Towers Foundation has just completed.
I got hurt December 2005 in Afghanistan, and that day we're out on a mission and I got hit by an IED while I was in my truck. Today we're in my home that Tunnel Tower built for me. A smart home is someone that's disabled like myself. Kind of makes their lives a little easier. The thought that I don't have to worry about paying a mortgage.
We're asking all Americans to donate $11 a month. This is where your money's going, and this is what we're doing with it.
You know, some of us came back, some of us didn't. And thank God for organizations like Tunnel Towers, to be able to be there to help us when we need it.
Tom Olkers served others.
He was an incredible husband, father, NYPD officer, and FDNY firefighter.
At age 26, Tom worked at Ground Zero in the rescue and recovery efforts following the attacks of 9/11.
Throughout his courageous battle against World Trade Center cancer, Tom deeply appreciated the care provided for him and his family, including the FDNY's Family Assistance Unit.
One of the TO Foundation's first initiatives is to purchase a family assistance van to help ease the burden for other firefighters and their families when facing an illness.
Together, we will honor Tom by helping first responders and their families in their hour of need. Please visit tofamilyfoundation.org today.
So how many saw Forrest Gump? Well, I'm Gary Sinise. I played Lieutenant Dan.
Hello, I'm Gary Sinise, and while you may recognize me from movies or television, my life's mission has been to honor and support our nation's veterans, servicemen and women, first responders, our most severely wounded heroes, the families of our fallen, and those suffering from the invisible wounds of war.
I appreciate everything that you do for our troops.
Thank you for what you do for these veterans.
What you do for the soldiers, God bless you.
I lost my dad.
I know. And we want to show you that we don't forget your dad.
It's meaningful.
Yeah.
Because I didn't expect any of this, you know. I was just happy to be alive. So when everyone showed their love and support, it's overwhelming.
Please join me to help us help our defenders who keep us safe and our communities strong. Donate today at GarySiniseFoundation.org.
For over 2 decades, Rigging NYC Contractors, Inc. has been the go-to provider of rigging services in New York City. Specializing in construction and industrial rigging, as well as machinery moving, we are dedicated to delivering safe and timely solutions. Our team consists of licensed master riggers, operating engineers, Teamster drivers, steam fitters, and iron workers. No matter the industrial or construction application, we have the lifting solution for you. In addition to rigging services, we offer specialized trucking services to handle equipment and materials. Our fleet of tractor trailers and experienced drivers make us the premier choice for New York trucking, including oversized freight and heavy loads. When it comes to rigging, trust the experts, the licensed master riggers at Rigging NYC Contractors. Contact us today for more information and let us make your next project a resounding success.
How you doing? Andy Pettitte is one of America's greatest pitchers that has played for the New York Yankees. He has never forgotten what happened on September 11th.
The grief I know that you and your family had to go through, but what you've turned that tragedy into really a triumph.
What we do for catastrophically injured service members, Gold Star families, giving them mortgage-free homes.
The 100-home village that y'all are going to build down in Tampa, it's just amazing.
They go and protect us overseas. They give their lives. We better take care of their families that are left behind.
I just kept seeing those commercials over and over, and it gets to you, right? I mean, if you're an American, I really just felt, in my heart, just like, man, this is something I wanted to find out more about and look into, and then, of course, just be involved. The Bible tells us that when we restore others, that ourselves will be restored.
Join me in supporting our nation's heroes and their families. It only takes $11 a month.
Go to T2T.org.
Dave Portnoy is known as the founder of Barstool Sports and is known for his sharp commentary and down-to-earth one-bite pizza reviews. Dave created the Barstool Fund during COVID and raised $50 million to help small businesses stay afloat.
What worked with the Barstool Fund? They knew they were giving us money, and the money was going right to the businesses they want to give the money to.
People knew where the money is going, and we're 95.1% of every dollar that is raised goes to our great heroes.
Yeah, and that's a huge part. I did all the research. I've known about you guys.
I want to hear what you rate the Tunnel to Towers Foundation.
Right, which is always high pressure when I'm sitting right next to the guy. It's like, but we'll give it 10, even though I don't generally give 10s. That's a rookie score. We'll give it 10. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't a 10.
You know, we ask for $11 a month.
$11, you get a full pie. You're good to go. You skip one pie.
You skip one pie and you help a hero and their family that are left behind. So let's do good together.
Let's do it.
Ground Zero is the burial place for. Yet I think that not everybody can go to New York and to Ground Zero and visit the memorial there. So we felt it was vitally important, once again, that we carry the message that we never forget. And one way that you never forget is that if you learn what happened that day, and a lot of young kids don't even know. They hear about September 11th. A lot of them were maybe 10 years old. Now they're 22 years old. A lot of them weren't even born. And I think that one of the most important things as parents, if parents are listening, and the children, is that that you bring them here and you tell them the story. Tell them where you were on September 11, 2001, and what an impact it had in your life. It changed the world. That day has changed the world. It's not the same world it was on September 10, 2001. And I think that you have to tell why and what happened that day. Not just because Stephen died, because so many have died that day. And that, you know, and so much of our military has sacrificed so much for us before that, but most certainly ever since. I think this statement really sums up our military and our great first responders. For those I love, I will sacrifice. And this is Kyle Hockenberry, and Kyle his house is under construction right now. And this program here, which is Building for America's Bravest, which is what we spend most of our energy on right now. You know, that and our Never Forget Mobile exhibit here, is that you know, we have to raise a lot of money because our men and women have paid a big price for you know, protecting us here back here in the States, and so many of them coming back, triple, quadruple amputees. So many of are paralyzed, and we're proud to say that we are committed to making sure that every one of them get a house. And it's been a journey the last 12 years. We've met some of the best Americans around the country. It's most certainly, once again, our men and women who serve, but besides that, just everyday Americans who have come together to help our cause, to make sure we never forget and we honor the sacrifice.
This is a very interesting piece, and to me it's the most poignant piece in the exhibit. Welded in New York for the 10th anniversary, was presented to 3 Truck, and 3 Truck their leader that day was Captain Patrick Brown, who in his 24 years of service in the FDNY had received 21 medals for heroism. They had gotten above the 40th floor at that point, he and his men, and they heard and saw what was going on, and they were describing over the radio the injuries that were coming down so that the command post and lobby be ready for it. And the very last transmission that they were able to put out was, "This is 3 Truck, and we're still heading up." And then the building fell on them. So that was their last transmission. That's what I love. They cut out crucifixes, one for each family, one for each member, fire department member who died that day, to give to their family members on the 10th anniversary. So each family member of a fireman from 3 Truck has this piece of steel as a memento.
I think it's pretty amazing, especially for young kids that weren't there, to see the way our country was able to rally together in a situation like this. It's pretty incredible to bring it home.
It puts shivers up my back, and it's a great remembrance of what we should never let happen again to our great country.
I would encourage anybody who has an opportunity to come down and visit this. It's really something that will bring back a lot of memories if you were involved on that day. And it's good for Americans to see all the things that we've gone through, and we're still here today.
Oh, I think I would encourage people to, tour the museum,
You know, it's not a long walk through, but it brings back the memories and it makes you feel like you're an American. And I think people should just go to reflect, and again, how lucky we are to live in this country.
Well, I think just taking 15, 20 minutes before the start of the game right here, where you got 70, 80,000 fans, means a lot. I think it puts the whole day in a proper perspective by kind of going through this first and understanding that the freedoms we have to watch football games are largely built on the shoulders of the gentlemen and soldiers that have paid the sacrifice in combat and in New York City.
At the time, he was only 2 when it happened, so he has no idea about what has happened. And it just brings a lot of memories back that day. It's where you were at when it happened. This is a good thing.
I'm glad to see this exhibit. There can't be enough of this. We need to see more of it and remind people what happened and why we are a nation of free people.
New York Firefighters Heart and Lung Institute is a medical center for firefighters, designed by firefighters. As a leading provider of advanced medical screenings, we take pride in offering the best healthcare experience for firefighters and first responders. Since 2002, the New York Firefighters Heart and Lung Institute has been dedicated to screening, diagnosing, and treating first responders and their families each and every day. We provide a broad range of testing and medical care, including cardiac and pulmonary testing, as well as educational seminars focused on firefighter safety throughout the USA and Canada. We are proud to have recently entered into a partnership with the Uniformed Firefighters Association to encourage all firefighters to come in and get tested. New York State awarded a grant to the UFA for testing and cancer screening, and they have partnered with the New York Firefighters Heart and Lung Institute to provide certain services at no cost to the individual. Check out FDNYHeart.com or call 516-441-7614 to schedule an individual or group firehouse visit today.
We're here today right outside Colorado Springs to welcome home DT and his family here in the beautiful smart home that the Tunnels to Towers Foundation has just completed.
I got hurt December 2005 in Afghanistan, and that day we're out on a mission and I got hit by an IED while I was in my truck. Today we're in my home that Tunnels Tower built for me. A smart home is someone that's disabled like myself, kind of makes their lives a little easier. The thought that I don't have to worry about paying a mortgage.
We're asking all Americans to donate $11 a month. This is where your money's going, and this is what we're doing with it.
You know, some of us came back, some of us didn't. And thank God for organizations like Tunnel Towers, they're able to be there to help us when we need it.
Tom Olkers served others.
He was an incredible husband, father, NYPD officer, and FDNY firefighter.
At age 26, Tom worked at Ground Zero in the rescue and recovery efforts following the attacks of 9/11.
Throughout his courageous battle against World Trade Center cancer, Tom deeply appreciated the care provided for him and his family, including the FDNY's Family Assistance Unit.
One of the TO Foundation's first initiatives is to purchase a family assistance van to help ease the burden for other firefighters and their families when facing an illness.
Together, we will honor Tom by helping first responders and their families in their hour of need. Please visit tofamilyfoundation.org today.
So how many saw Forrest Gump? Well, I'm Gary Sinise, and I play Lieutenant Dan.
Hello, I'm Gary Sinise, and while you may recognize me from movies or television, my life's mission has been to honor and support our nation's veterans, servicemen and women, first responders, our most severely wounded heroes, the families of our fallen, and those suffering from the invisible wounds of war.
I appreciate everything that you do for our troops.
Thank you for what you do for these veterans.
What you do for the soldiers, God bless you.
I lost my dad.
I know. And we want to show you that we don't forget your dad.
It's meaningful.
Yeah.
Because I didn't expect any of this, you know. I was just happy to be alive. So when everyone showed their love and support, it's overwhelming.
Please join me to help us help our defenders who keep us safe and our communities strong. Donate today at GarySiniseFoundation.org.
Here we are back at Bethpage High School at halftime during this
National Public Safety Football League matchup between the Tri-State Shields and the FDNY Bravest. I'm Mike Blewett along with John Heffernan. 3-0 is the score. It's just a Francis Cole 41-yard field goal is the only thing on the board. So, John, it's obviously been a battle, a defensive battle, a couple of turnovers, but really neither offense able to do anything consistently in this game.
Well, you know, the secondary for Tri-State causing all sorts of problems for the Fire Department of New York. Receivers led by defensive back Sean Kern, his father George for Tri-State, the new defensive coordinator for the Tri-State Shields. And, you know, the Kern father and son combination telling me prior to the game, whether it's a 4-3, a cover 4, or a 3-4, whatever they're doing worked in the first half. And it really is up to the Fire Department to make some adjustments, get some of the secondary players jammed up at the line of scrimmage to open up some of those seams for the Fire Department of New York receivers to get going. I expect to see Tommy Heedles back under center to start the third quarter here. In my opinion, a little bit more effective than John Conklin after 2 quarters of play and getting to watch both of them do what they do.
Yeah, Heedles started at QB, and then they made the switch to Conklin. The curious thing is we didn't see Heedles anywhere else either. He often lined up at backfield in the backfield and at wide receiver, and we didn't see him much after he came out. So hopefully everything's okay there, but we'll see exactly who's starting under center. You mentioned the defensive backfield for Tri-State, and we saw Lamont Gibson, James Ingram with the interception, big plays by the defensive backfield, by the back seven, really, of the Tri-State. Let's talk a little bit. So you see right here, actually, the Tri-State Shields defense.
Yeah.
Lamont Gibson with that big play, and like you mentioned, Sean Kern and James Ingram with the interception.
And Danny Perez also at the linebacker position for Tri-State's done a nice job as well.
Yeah.
Really, you got to give Trey Wilson the football if you're the Fire Department of New York. He's the only thing that's worked for them. Offensive line for the Fire Department has played pretty well. It's smash mouth football. These teams are playing greasy ball right now. 3 points are what separates the two of them based on the talent of Francis Cole. But I don't mind old school smash mouth football, Mike. Run the ball up the gut if you're the Fire Department. If you're Tri-State, offensively, they've got to get a couple of their guys going as well. Ugarte, one of the best athletes for the Tri-State Shields, certainly can create on his own, but is going to need some help from the backs.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
for the
surprised
Shields
if there's
as well.
even more design runs for Ugarte in the second half to just try to pick up a couple of first downs. It's been 1 step forward, 2 steps back for the Tri-State offense so far today. But really, there's a lot on the line for all of these games. These aren't terribly long regular seasons, generally 5 games or so. FDNY Bravest, defending champs, 3-0 on the year. They beat the D.C. Generals. They beat the
Dallas Defenders.
The Dallas Defenders, excuse me. And they also beat the NYC Department of Corrections, the boldest, just about a month ago when you and I called that game. But you see the standings here. FDNY Bravest, Roanoke, and San Diego all tied at 3-0.
Yeah, and Roanoke, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, and San Diego both in action today. So lots of playoff implications, national championship implications. So many people talk about the June 1st Fun City Bowl, but really it's a game at a time, as they like to say. And the Fire Department have their hands full today with it, but leading at 3-0 here at the half.
You see the other division within the National Public Safety Football League, the Spartans at 3-0, San Bernardino Spartans at 3-0, and the Charlotte Cobras at 2-0. So whoever wins Division 1 and division will face off against Division 2 to see who has the national championship. We're going to decide what happens on this field at Bethpage High School amongst the Tri-State Shields and the FDNY Bravest as the second half begins after this break.
New York Firefighters Heart and Lung Institute is a medical center for firefighters, designed by firefighters. As a leading provider of advanced medical screenings, we take pride in offering the best healthcare experience for firefighters and first responders. Since 2002, The New York Firefighters Heart and Lung Institute has been dedicated to screening, diagnosing, and treating first responders and their families each and every day. We provide a broad range of testing and medical care, including cardiac and pulmonary testing, as well as educational seminars focused on firefighter safety throughout the USA and Canada. We are proud to have recently entered into a partnership with the Uniformed Firefighters Association to encourage all firefighters to come in and get tested. New York State awarded a grant to the UFA for testing and cancer screening, and they have partnered with the New York Firefighters Heart and Lung Institute to provide certain services at no cost to the individual. Check out FDNYHeart.com or call 516-441-7614 to schedule an individual or group firehouse visit today.
Frank, how you doing? Andy Pettitte is one of America's greatest pitchers that has played for the New York Yankees. He has never forgotten what happened on September 11th.
The grief I know that you and your family had to go through, but what you've turned that tragedy into really a triumph.
What we do for catastrophically injured service members, Gold Star families, giving them mortgage-free homes.
The 100-home village that y'all are going to build down in Tampa, it's just amazing.
They go and protect us overseas. They give their lives. We better take care of their families that are left behind.
I just kept seeing those commercials over and over, and it gets to you, right? I mean, if you're an American, I really just felt, in my heart, just like, man, this is something I wanted to find out more about and look into, and then, of course, just be involved. The Bible tells us that when we restore others, that ourselves will be restored. Join me in supporting our nation's heroes and their families. It only takes $11 a month.
Go to T2T.org. Dave Portnoy is known as the founder of Barstool Sports and is known for his sharp commentary and down-to-earth one-bite pizza reviews. Dave created the Barstool Fund during COVID and raised $50 million to help small businesses stay afloat.
What worked with the Barstool Fund? They knew they were giving us money, and the money was going right to the businesses they want to give the money to.
People knew where the money is going, and we're 95.1% of every dollar that is raised goes to our great heroes.
Yeah, and that's a huge part. I did all the research. I've known about you guys.
I want to hear what you rate the Tunnel to Towers Foundation.
Right, which is always high pressure when I'm sitting right next to the guy. It's like, but we'll give it 10, even though I don't generally give 10s. That's a rookie score. We'll give it 10. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't a 10.
We ask for $11 a month.
$11, you get a full pie. You're good to go. You skip one pie.
You skip one pie, and you help a hero and their family that are left behind. So let's do good together.
Let's do it.
And we are back at Bethpage High School, set to kick off the second half. FDNY Bravest will be kicking off. It's Brian T. Felice, and here we go. Action underway. Back to receive it is number 13. That is Michael Arias, and he gets it across to the 21-yard line. John.
Yeah, and Mike, we're already seeing a change here to start the second half, and D. Felice taking care of the kickoff duties. Giving Francis Cole a break. But listen, anything the fire department can do to maybe mix it up a little bit to get this team going, get some of these guys' attention. I mean, not to be too negative towards the fire department, but they're certainly capable of putting points on the board, opening up a 28-0 lead in that last game down in Texas. And we talked about a lot of the guys that are out today offensively. Flower. Let's see what the defense can do.
Okay, Garte under center, Masonette to his left, but the handoff, not to Masonette, but to number 23, Jamar Edwards, to start it out, a gain of 2, John.
Absolutely. Again, it's the play of in the trenches between these two lines where we've seen a bulk of the play today. Not a lot of running game being generated by either side, and credit Denzel Wilson again for being in on a stop there for the fire department.
All right, so it'll be 2nd and 10. There was no gain on that play. You've got Miguel Masonette, the Stony Brook product, moves out to his left. Edwards next to Agarte under center in shotgun. And Agarte, a quick pass to his right, the left-handed QB. And that one's right at the line of scrimmage. He's dropped for a loss right there. Let's see who that was. That was number 5.
Excellent coverage by Dollison. And, you know, Mike, we talked about the defense prior to the game for both these teams. What you don't want is a predictable defense or a vanilla defense that an offense can pick apart. And we're not seeing any of that today whatsoever.
That was number 6, Ramel Joseph on the catch, but again, dropped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll remain 3rd and 10. FDNY showing their ability to stop this Tri-State Shields offense early in the second half. Agarte again intended for Ramel Joseph. That one knocked away. Tim Dollison once again in on the coverage, along with number 43. That's Jonathan Carberry, John.
Yeah, Carberry's tough, and throwing it to double coverage. The pass was there, but so was the coverage.
That'll bring up 4th down.
So it'll be 4th and 10. Tri-State Shields, so 3 and out. Yet again, we've seen a bunch of those today. We got 2 guys back to return this kick. That's Eric Ortega and Rob Wheeler. They're obviously going to try and make a play as they're standing on their own 45-yard line. Agarte gets the kick away. It's short. It's going to bounce, and it'll be down by the Tri-State Shields, but it stays in their own territory. That'll be on the 45-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Bravest.
Great field position here to start the 3rd quarter for the Fire Department of New York. Who's going to be under center, Mike Blewett? Will it be Conklin? Will it be Heedles?
We got our answer running out to the field there, John.
Looks like
Tom,
go ahead.
Yeah, number 10.
Number 10 started the 3rd quarter. He was the hero in our last broadcast, Mike Blewett. Let's see what number 10 can do here with great field position.
Heedles will be under shotgun to start the half. So going with a 2 QB system is the Bravest today. Only the 3 points on the board. It'll be Heedles with Trey Wilson in the backfield, and another snap skipped back to them, but Trey Wilson picks it up. A broken play, and he runs for 25 yards.
Mike, biggest run of the day for Trey Wilson. Let's take a look at this. When I say at halftime, run that ball up the gut. Give it to 21.
Ingram makes the tackle.
And just a great job by the offensive line. Lot of daylight for 21.
First down, FDNY.
If you can't do it in the air, let's do it on the ground. Huge play to start this 3rd quarter for the Fire Department, Mikey.
I got excited. It said 25 yards, just 15 yards, but still a big pickup there. And you got Aviles comes in for Wilson. You've got Ortega in motion and back going in 2 for the FDNY.
The 1-2 punch. First it's Wilson, now Aviles. And selling that play action beautifully was Heedles. Watch it right here, Mike. Oh, gorgeous. And like a little, he's like a little water bug, Aviles, skimming atop the cross of the pond. He's got ice skates out there, just smooth as silk.
Gibson and Kern in on the tackle. It'll be 2nd and 2 from the 23-yard line. First down up to the 19-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, John.
Great play by James Ingram again. He has stood out all game long for Tri-State with the tackle. So what's it going to be, Mike? First down? Oh, let's take a look at it one more time. Good anticipation and quickness here by Ingram, who dives to his right for the shoestring tackle, likely preventing a touchdown.
So FDNY went with a little bit of tempo there to start off that drive. Let's slow it down here. Quintessential Mortgage Group, Soundview Auto, Invite You Wellness Clinic, Emily Hennon and the Frontline Realty Group, and Belovis Restorations, Inc. Obviously, these programs are funded by a lot of time and effort from the players and the companies that support them. So we appreciate those sponsors for supporting Tri-State Shields. We've talked about some of the FDNY sponsors throughout the day. All right, here it is, 1st and 10. We've got Agarte under center. He looks to his right. A pass intended for Marlon Beckles, but over his head and incomplete. John, FDNY's defense really is the story of this game. Haven't allowed a point. They've been in a couple of bad situations with field position, but when they're working with field position, they can really put the opposing offenses in a tough spot.
You know, we've been giving a lot of credit to Tri-State for what they've done. I guess it was more out of surprise because the fire department so capable of putting up points. I was very impressed by Tri-State. But, Mike, you said it. It's the fire department pitching the shutout here at Bethpage High School today in Week 4 in the NPSFL.
That snap rolled back. Masonette picks it up, and he's going to try to get across the line of scrimmage. He does for a gain of 2. It'll be 3rd and 8. But you mentioned the FDNY. Khalifa Forbes, John Moody, Darren Payne, and Tim Dollison, those 4 defensive backs have made play after play today.
Absolutely, and the guy that was all over that last play, Mike, number 95, again, one of the best linemen in the league, not only disrupted the center on that play for the bad snap, but also in on the tackle for the fire department. Just an absolute beast on the line for the fire department of New York.
All right, 3rd and 9. Agarte back to pass out of the shotgun. He's under pressure. Cunningham just misses him. Agarte goes back across the field. It is complete to number 12, Thomas Davis, but I believe he's going to be short of the first down, bringing up a 4th down, John.
Yeah, it's not going to be enough, and Davis a little shaken up on the play as FD only seems to be getting stronger here in the 3rd quarter. Speaking of strong, Mike, I wanted to give a shout-out to Cam Peake, the head coach for the fire department. Are we going to keep it here? Oh.
There we go.
So, yeah, good, perfect time as ever. The Ellis Island Awards. Guess who's leaving directly from Bethpage to head to Manhattan after the game today? Cam Peake, the head coach for the fire department of New York, being honored in the Ellis Island Awards in New York City, a 2-day event with a prestigious service award given out to some of the best and brightest of the United States military and special services, agencies. Congratulations to Cam Peake. Well done.
Yeah, well-deserved. Cam Peake, obviously, heading this team up today, but honored tonight. They go with a fake punt, and that is for a first down, but there's a flag down, and I think we have a clear hold there. Jonathan Carberry throwing his hands up. We do have a hold. Number 2, Marlon Beckles, going to be called for it.
Little razzle-dazzle from Ugarte, but to no avail as Carberry, I think, got jammed up on the hold from Tri-State. And Jonathan Carberry, another guy who has really earned his playing time this year. He is a strong man for the fire department of New York City. Jonathan Carberry, number 43.
At a ladder 42, New Utrecht High School, and played at the Maritime Academy. So one thing we've learned about watching this FDNY team, this defense is their calling card. We see a lot of these guys week after week, game after game, able to put up some big plays, creating turnovers and really creating pressure. Ugarte has to punt it here on 4th and long, and Rob Wheeler hesitates picking it up, and he's going to let it roll. It'll stop at the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for FDNY.
Pretty good field position, Mike, again for the fire department, who have opened up a 10-0 lead here in the 3rd quarter. But these teams match up well. Last season, fire department won by 3. And for much of that all that first half, it was 3-0. So equally matched, but fire coming out strong, making some adjustments. And they put the ball in the end zone for the first time today on the feet of Heedles.
Would you go back to the Tremaine Wilson show here? Try to establish a run
Listen,
yet again?
It's what's worked, right, Mike? So it wouldn't surprise me. Twins to the...
Yeah, it's the Trey Wilson show again. Picks up 5. So we're going to head to a break. We'll come back to Bethpage High School for more National Public Safety Football League action.
Forrest Gump. Well, I'm Gary Sinise.
Television, my life's mission has been to honor and support our nation's veterans, servicemen and women, first responders, our most severely wounded heroes, the families of our fallen, and those .org.
Action National Public Safety Football League. FDNY Bravest up 10-0 on the Tri-State Shields. 2nd and 5 from their own 40. Heedles under center. Hands off to Wilson yet again. He breaks it across the 50, out to the 30, out to the 42-yard line. It's a big gain there, John. Nearly an 18-yard pickup.
Rumbling, stumbling. It's the Trey Wilson show. Another big gain by number 21, Wilson. And another huge hole for Wilson to run through as he passes midfield and gets dragged out of bounds by number 21, John Vega. But look at this O-line. They are mean for FD.
Wilson going to catch a little bit of a breather here. They bring Aviles in to stand next to Heedles, but he's got 4 wide. We'll see if Heedles goes to the air, and he does. He's got Waterman right in his hands.
Couple of drop passes today, Mike, by the receiving core for the FDNY. Waterman this time, unable to hold on, but that's a ball you got to catch.
Yeah. Good throw by Heedles. No excuses. He was covered, but the ball was right there, right where he needed it to be. And at the 42-yard line, we're going to see what FDNY can do here on 2nd and 10. Waterman comes off the field. I'm sure he's regretting that one. He wants that play back, as you said, but FDNY still in tri-state territory, John.
John Seda on the O-line has done a great job all day.
Aviles gets the pitch to the outside. Good for 10 yards. Nearly a first down, right up. I don't think they'll have to, they may have to measure here, or he's just short. It'll be 3rd and very short.
And I think this is a good example, too, of the coaching by the fire department of New York. Not having a lot of success in the air. Well, you want to play some smash mouth football, we're going to run it. And we're going to run it again and again and again.
Well, thunder and lightning combo, right? Trey Wilson and Adrian Aviles.
Yeah, and they could play it any way. That's the beauty of this fire department team.
Get a power look. Trey Wilson sidesteps a tackler, and he's across the first down marker into right near the red zone. He'll be marked at the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10.
Mike, he's got to be close to 100 on the day, and we are early yet in the 3rd quarter.
First down, FDNY.
Right, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I think so. Trey Wilson clearly the biggest part of offense in this game, period, and FDNY is just going to rely on whatever he can bring them here in the second half. And you have to figure if they get another touchdown here, John, it's going to be big trouble for Tri-State. The handoff again to Wilson. He breaks it across the 20, inside the 15, down to the 11-yard line. Yet another first down. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 11, John.
Trey Wilson. Again, a huge first down, and the galloping ghost. Number 21 seems to be getting stronger as this thing goes. Nobody can stop number 21.
First down, FDNY.
And the fire department, Mike, threatening once again.
Trey Wilson once again out of Tottenville High School. Works at Engine 63. Played at SUNY Albany, so Division I FCS experience on the field for FDNY on display. They bring Wilson off, Aviles back on. We'll see what Heedles does with the ball here. And he does roll. He does give it to Aviles. Brings it across the 10 down to the 7-yard line.
And the veteran Tommy Herrick, the wide receiver, set up left on the last play.
Beckles makes the tackle.
Terrific guy for the fire department of New York, number 81 at a ladder 131. I think the longest standing member of the fire department of New York, Tommy Herrick.
Gain of 4 on the
He's
play.
been on this team a long time. And it's that veteran leadership too, Mike, that you really do need. It's often talked about, but combination of young and old, and Herrick brings a lot of that leadership to the fire department of New York.
It's the end of the third quarter, so FDNY hanging on to that 10-0 lead and threatening yet another score. Will obviously be with you right to the end of the action here at Bethpage High School. Before we head to a break, quick word from the Gary Sinise Foundation. Freedom and security are precious gifts that we, as Americans, should never take for granted. We must do all we can to extend our hand in times of need to those who willingly sacrifice each day to provide that freedom and security. While we can never do enough to show gratitude to our nation's defenders, we can always do a little more. Visit GarySineseFoundation.org for more. We'll be back at Bethpage High School right after this.
So how many saw Forrest Gump? Well, I'm Gary Sinise. I play Lieutenant Dan.
Hello, I'm Gary Sinise, and while you may recognize me from movies or television, my life's mission has been to honor and support our nation's veterans, servicemen and women, first responders, our most severely wounded heroes, the families of our fallen, and those suffering from the invisible wounds of war.
I appreciate everything that you do for our troops.
Thank you for what you do for these veterans.
What you do for the soldiers, God bless you.
I lost my dad.
I know. And we want to show you that we don't forget your dad.
It's meaningful.
Yeah.
Because I didn't expect any of this, I was just happy to be alive. So when everyone showed their love and support, it's overwhelming.
Please join me to help us help our defenders who keep us safe and our communities strong. Donate today at GarySineseFoundation.org.
Okay, we are back here with FDNY threatening 2nd down and 7. The handoff to Wilson yet again, and he scoots down to the 2-yard line. I think they may get a first down here. I'll see if they push them forward. It is a first down. No, just shy of it. It'd be 3rd down, so a big 3rd down here. Looks like 3rd and less than a yard, John.
It is, and why not give it back to 21 on this play to punch it in on 3rd down? Or maybe we see a little Heedles rolling to his right as we've got twins to the right who could act as blockers. We'll see either Avila, there it is.
Another low snap. They try to run Wilson up the middle, and he's stuffed. So on 3rd and 1, they do not get the first down, but they are on the 2-yard line. You have to figure FDNY will be more aggressive here.
Well, I think they're going to go for it. Another bad snap again. The D-line for Tri-State, excellent job. So they are going to go for it, Mike, on 4th down.
Heedles coming back out. No sign of Francis Cole or Brian T. Felice, so this is all systems go. It'll be 4th down and 2 from the 3-yard line. So they do have the opportunity to pick up a first down here without scoring.
Preston Uagiran absolutely swallowed Wilson.
We've called his name a lot today.
Run.
He's had a great game. Heedles fakes it, and over the middle to Ortega for the touchdown. Tommy Heedles, a little sidearm flick there for the touchdown. A nice throw, pitch and catch situation, and FDNY goes up 16-0.
The 2nd touchdown of the ball game coming here in the 4th quarter. Let's take a look at it one more time. And what a gutsy call by the fire department on 4th and short. Ortega slashing once again in his comfort zone through the middle where a lot of people are uncomfortable. Ortega had a couple of steps on the Tri-State defender. And nothing too fancy, but good for 6, and now make it 7, Mike.
Yeah, DeFelice with the extra point. That makes it 17-0. It's a big lead for a defense like this to be hanging on to. And I'll say it's a little premature to plan the party, but there is, I have to shout out to our sponsor, because the postgame party is at BK Sweeney's Parkside Tavern, located at 356 Broadway in Bethpage, New York. We're not there yet, but we're going to come back and talk about the fourth quarter right after this.
Frank, how you doing?
Andy Pettitte is one of America's greatest pitchers that has played for the New York Yankees. He has never forgotten what happened on September 11th.
The grief I know that you and your family had to go through, but what you've turned that tragedy into really a triumph.
What we do for catastrophically injured service members, Gold Star families, giving them mortgage-free homes.
The 100-home village that y'all are going to build down in Tampa, it's just amazing.
They go and protect us overseas. They give their lives. We better take care of their families that are left behind.
I just kept seeing those commercials over and over, and it gets to you, right? I mean, if you're an American, I really just felt, in my heart, just like, man, this is something I wanted to find out more about and look into, and then, of course, just be involved. The Bible tells us that when we restore others, that ourselves will be restored. Join me in supporting our nation's heroes and their families. It only takes
And here's back to kick off is Brian DeFelice. He gets it down to the 10-yard line. Oh, dropped by Marlon Beckles. He had an opportunity to run there, and it's just off his fingertips, John, and he's going to be down at the 15-yard line.
I'm still smarting from that call on 4th down by the fire department. Offensive coordinator Mark Poppy doing a great job. Rob Hoey, the defensive coordinator, of course, Stevie Orr, and the undefeated Cam Peake, who will be receiving the Ellis Island Award tonight in New York City. He was texting me yesterday, Mike, as we take a look at this replay of the touchdown again on the Poppy offensive coordinator call, and Ortega there to pull it in.
So Trey Wilson's success obviously put them in a position to fake the run, and then Heedles a nice flick to Ortega for the touchdown, 17-0. So Heedles ran one in and threw for one, building up this 17-0 lead.
Oh!
Oof.
Nearly picked off.
Nearly picked off there. So Ugarte goes downfield, incomplete. Defensive backfield from FDNY Bravest again. Just
Mike, you said it, man. Darren Payne has had the best game of his season, in my opinion, number 19 for the fire department. He has been terrific today in the secondary.
All right, 2nd down. Ugarte rolling out to his left, the left-hander. He gets out of the grasp of Cunningham and throws complete. Is he inbounds? I believe he is. That's Chris Cribbs on the catch. Big first down. Tri-State Shields needed something to happen there, and they pick up a first down. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 30.
Mike, what a grab by Cribbs.
Yeah.
That's NFL caliber, keeping both feet in bounds. Great job. Tri-State's got a little life, Mike.
Tiptoe catch there by Cribbs. Masonette in the backfield with Ugarte. Looking to the sidelines for perhaps an audible. He's back to pass. He throws again. Cribbs wasn't even looking, but getting a hand on it was number 24 for the FDNY, Michael Martin, another defensive back making a play.
Martin, we haven't heard his name a whole lot tonight, but looked great there. And coming out of the field for the fire department, number 57, Justin Hassan from ladder 3.
2nd and 10.
All right, 2nd and 10 from their own 30. Tri-State Shields. Back to pass, Ugarte. Complete to number 6, Ramel Joseph. Good for 8 yards, John.
You talked about the first-year player, number 6, Ramel Joseph. I like the way Ramel comes back on the ball here from Ugarte. Perhaps a little underthrown, but Joseph spins away as well, looking for some yards after the catch.
You called Justin Hassan's name. He was creating pressure on that last play, and there he is again. He and Denzel Wilson after Ugarte again. Oh, nearly picked off Number 27, Elijah Toussaint knocks that one away. And we
That's
have a
going to
late
be
hit.
unnecessary roughness on number 57 with the late hit, Justin Hassan. Hassan just got inserted in the ball game, showing a little aggressiveness, maybe a little too aggressive there as he got a late pop in.
As he walks off the field.
On Ugarte.
Probably to get a talking to
Right.
after that late hit. Justin Hassan, aggression got the better of him there.
It's so hard to pull up, man, especially when you're pursuing the quarterback. The ball had clearly been released, so that looks like that's going to be 15 yards against the fire department.
Yeah, I believe
Personal
it
foul.
will be. So that'll move it from the 38-yard line all the way across to the 47 of the FDNY Bravest. So the Bravest build up a lead, but a penalty here puts the Tri-State Shields into their territory, John.
Plenty of time left in this one, too, Mike. But the defense for the fire department has been perfect today, keeping Tri-State out of the end zone. Let's see what the Shields can do after a big turn of events.
Ugarte throws out to his left, and that is complete to Thomas Davis. It's just short of the first down, but up to the 40-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 3.
And not giving that receiver a whole lot of room. Excellent coverage there by Martin once again. And we got a 4-3 look by the defense, which has been beautiful today for the fire department.
Ugarte throws again. That one knocked away by number 27, Elijah Toussaint, intended for Ramel Joseph yet again. So FDNY defensive backs continuing to make plays on a 3rd down. Probably 4-down territory, though, for Tri-State Shields.
Toussaint got a hand on it. And just so little room, Mike blew it for the receivers on Tri-State. Look at number 24 stalking around Martin. Martin given a little freedom at the linebacker position, playing on the strong side.
Ugarte flushed out again here. Wilson just missing him. He's avoiding a few tackles. Now he's out in the open, down to the 20. Wilson had him for maybe a 7-yard loss, and he got away from that, and he's all the way down to the 17-yard line, John.
Let's take a look at it again. Ugarte. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There it is. Look at Ugarte go. Whoop. Gets by 4, 5, and finally runs out of bounds. Ugarte showing his athleticism there. And that's a testament to the fire department defense that we haven't seen more of that from Ugarte today.
Got a timeout there. FDNY Bravest did not like the look. So they need a breather. They take the timeout. It's 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line, John.
Yeah, you know, Ugarte, it's too bad it took us to the 4th quarter to see the brilliance of the left-handed quarterback, number 0, David Ugarte. But, Mike, a lot of time left in this one. If Tri-State can punch this through, you never know. Anything can happen. We're going to do a little sponsor read here, Mike.
Yeah.
For the New York Firefighter Heart and Lung Institute. New York Firefighters Heart and Lung Institute is a medical center designed by firefighters for firefighters. They've been working with the FDNY's Bravest for over 14 years, providing medical care specialized in, but not limited to, cardiac and pulmonary testing. Visit FDNYheart.com for more information. Thank you, Mike.
You got it, buddy. You put a lot more emotion into it than I do. So this sounds better coming from you. You're a more sensitive guy. I'm the cold, heartless play-by-play guy. I just call the plays.
We can't underestimate the importance of our sponsors and the great work that they do.
We do have Ugarte rolling out. John Cunningham knocking him out of bounds. Big play. The St. Francis Prep and Albany product. Been around the QB all day. He's going to earn his post-game meal. He's been very active and putting pressure on Agarte, and he does a great job here. Creates a loss of about 5.
JC, tallest guy on this fire department football team. Love the pursuit. Unusual speed for the big man, for a guy his size.
Okay, Agarte in the shotgun on 2nd and 15. Quick throw out to his left, intended for Cribbs, out of bounds. Number 19, Darren Payne in the coverage.
And also Ricardo Cardenas on the coverage as well. And I think that play right there, Mike, is sort of symbolic of the great job the secondary has done for the fire department of New York. No room for those receivers to roam.
I agree.
On Tri-State.
Look, the FDNY defense has obviously been great today, top to bottom. They haven't allowed a point yet, but the defensive backs are the ones that are standing out to me today. They've not given the receivers a lot of room and knocking down passes at every chance they get. So here's Agarte in the backfield, Masonette alongside him. And then he goes to the end zone and overthrows. He actually had number 12, Thomas Davis. He had him for a split second, but overthrew him. And it'll be a big 3rd down here for the Devils. Again, 4-down territory. They're down 17, but we'll see if they can pick up enough here for a 1st down. Oh, it's 4th down already. Sorry.
And 10-10 remaining in this 4th quarter, Mike. Is it too soon to start talking about June 1st? The Big Fun City Bowl, folks.
We do have the Big Fun City Bowl. John and I are going to have a lot of fun at the Fun City Bowl. That's the
right.
FDNY Bravest, NYPD Finest at Mitchell Field just 2 weeks from today.
Well, we like to call it a teaser in this business, but Tri-State with a huge, perhaps the game on the line right here for Tri-State.
Swallowed up. I mean, give out a half a sack to everybody. That's number 50, Sky Parami. Number 91, John Cunningham. And who else is there in on the play? Denzel Wilson. All 3 of them in on the tackle.
I mean, that was frightening. Those 3 guys converged. Let's take a look at it one more time. I mean, bulldozing their way through the line. Look at this swim move by big number 91. Oh! Gorgeous job by Cunningham. And, you know, they talked about this being kind of the Super Bowl for Tri-State today. Looking to play the role of spoiler, Mike. And what has impressed me greatly about the fire department is their ability to find a way, Mike. They weren't getting a lot of points in that first half, a lot of momentum, not a lot of pass plays, but found a way. And namely, because of the great job that Trey Wilson has done.
So great job by the FDNY defense there, stuffing the Tri-State Shields when they had something going. Sky Parami was really the first one in on the sack. He's probably got the most bona fides when it comes to his football background. Christ the King product, but played at Rutgers, so a power conference player. He works at ladder 158. He's been a two-way player this year, but obviously he gets the sack there. FDNY takes over at their own 31, and on first down, Avila stuffed for a 3-yard loss. Conklin back in shotgun. Avilas to his left. He hands it off. Oh, he's fake handoff. He gets it to Waterman. Waterman down the sidelines and out to the 41-yard line, just shy of the first down, John.
And Raheem Bradshaw there to make the tackle, but Waterman with the reception. You know, I want to give a shout-out to Joey Maniscalco as well for Tri-State linebacker who really, man, that guy can hit. He can hit hard. He's had a couple of big plays here in the second half for the Tri-State defense. Maniscalco, that's number 28 out of White Plains, New York. Maniscalco may not be the biggest guy out there, but he hits. Look at the speed. Maniscalco getting the pressure on Conklin and pats him on the back.
Conklin to Waterman again. Waterman, number 83 out of Engine 298, played at Bayside High School and later at Nassau Community College, a 2-year College right here in Nassau County where we are today. And they go hurry up here on 4th down. Tri-State calls a timeout. They don't like the look. They don't want to give up a first down. They're trying to get the ball back. We'll see if FDNY goes through with it on the aggressive play call.
Mike, your thoughts? What do you think?
I'll give them all to you right after this break.
Okay.
We'll be right back after
We got
this.
some time to think about it.
We're here today right outside Colorado Springs to welcome home DT and his family here in the beautiful smart home that the Tunnels to Towers Foundation has just completed.
I got hurt December 2005 in Afghanistan. And that day, we're out on a mission, and I got hit by an IED while I was in my truck. Today, we're in my home that Tunnels Tower built for me. A smart home is someone that's disabled like myself. Kind of makes their lives a little easier. The thought that I don't have to worry about paying a mortgage.
We're asking all Americans to donate $11 a month. This is where your money's going, and this is what we're doing with it.
You know, some of us came back, some of us didn't. And thank God for organizations like Tunnel Towers, they're able to be there to help us when we need it.
Back at Bethpage High School, NPSFL action. FDNY hanging on to a 17-0 lead. We're more than halfway through the fourth quarter as Francis Cole back to punt. So a little bit of a gamesmanship. They were going to play a little hurry up and go on 4th down. Thought better of it after the Tri-State Shields timeout. And Cole booms a kick, gets it inside the 20-yard line, down to the 15 by number 47, Raymond Dalcortivo, out of Engine 242 in Abraham Lincoln High School. So, 1st and 10, Tri-State Shields.
I mean, can we talk about that punt? My gosh, that's a 50-yarder. Got to be close, right, Mike?
Let's take a look at it. We'll run this one back.
Gosh.
When does a punter get a chance to get a replay so we can get impressed?
Look at this guy, Cole. Sign him up. I don't know.
Yeah, down to the 15.
I mean, sign him up to the NFL. This guy is tremendous. And we talk about the importance and leading to the potential national championship game, which could fall on June 1st, depending on how things shake out.
Yep.
Special teams so important, and more importantly for the fire department is getting number 21 back into the fray, back into the mix, healthy. Trey Wilson, despite some of the setbacks offensively, has really been good for the fire department.
Garte back to pass, complete to number 12. That is Thomas Davis. He's Suffolk County PD. So again, the Tri-State Shields, an amalgamation of a variety of different municipalities, different public safety organizations, and these guys all coming together to put up as good an effort as they can today. FDNY Bravest defensively, obviously a lot.
Oh!
Right on cue. So number 98, Donovan Abreu.
Unbelievable. Look at this speed from big number 99. Busted through the line. Oh, that was 98 Abreu.
Yeah.
Great job. Penetration. Getting to Ugarte for the sack.
So time dwindling. Tri-State Shields in desperation mode. They have to throw it. Miguel Masonette's their biggest weapon on offense, but he's really been rendered useless in the second half as they're playing with a 10 and now a 17-point deficit. So Ugarte in the backfield, back to pass. He goes downfield. Davis stopped running in his route. I thought if he kept going, he might have an opportunity there, but again, well covered.
But, you know, Mike, you look at the 4 FD players and the 1 receiver for Tri-State, number 12, Thomas Davis. It just goes to show you how well the fire department is reading the plays from Tri-State here in the second half. And has once again kept them off the score sheet as it's 17-0. with about 6 minutes left in this one.
Yeah, 3rd and 22 right now for Tri-State. Desperation time. Agarde rolls out to his left, throws way downfield across, and that's picked off. Threw it to nobody. Number 28, John King, picks it off. He breaks it down, tackle, and gets down to the 26-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. I think Agarde was just thrown up out of desperation, John. Nothing he could do.
Let's take a look at it again. John Ring, the defense switch from a 4-3 to a 3-4 here. They have that luxury with the 17-0 lead, and it pays off on the interception by Ring. And, Mike, you said it, not sure who Agarde was throwing that one to.
He's just trying to get the ball up in the air, but obviously not the result you want. Ring out of ladder 79 at Port Richmond High School. A few players from Port Richmond High School on this team. John Ring joined on the defense alone by Ricardo Cardenas and Frank Zerbo. So Port Richmond High School developing a few of these players along the way. It's 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line of the Tri-State Shields. Got a new look in the backfield. Number 29, that is Ricky Dalcorvito. He takes the handoff there from number 5, Anthony Balzano. So we haven't seen Balzano much this season, but with the 17-point lead and time running low, they're going to get some snaps for a few guys that haven't had the opportunity to play.
Surprised to see Dalcortivo. All indications were that he was not going to play today. Dalcortivo has been banged up along with Sumter. So it's nice to see Ricky. And at this point, Mike, not a whole lot of reason to be playing Trey Wilson, especially since his first game back from injury.
Yeah, I think he's done for the day. He's holding his helmet on the sidelines. I don't think we'll see him. So 2 Dalcortivos on this team for anybody getting confused. Ricky, the running back, his brother, or rather Raymond Dalcortivo, is a wide receiver out of both out of Abraham Lincoln High School. Ricky at ladder 149, Raymond at engine 242. So,
and it's Ricky again, Mike.
Yeah.
Looking pretty good here. Doesn't see much. Bounces off to his left. Makes a guy miss there. Patient. Low to the ground.
It's number 9, Lamont Gibson.
A little run and eat some more clock as well.
Yeah. We're going to take a quick break here. We've got an injury stoppage, and we'll come back and finish up this 4th quarter.
Dave Portnoy is known as the founder of Barstool Sports and is known for his sharp commentary and down-to-earth one-bite pizza reviews. Dave created the Barstool Fund during COVID and raised $50 million to help small businesses stay afloat.
What worked with the Barstool Fund? They knew they were giving us money, and the money was going right to the businesses they want to give the money to.
People knew where the money is going, and we're 95.1% of every dollar that is raised goes to our great heroes.
Yeah, and that's a huge part. I did all the research. I've known about you guys.
I want to hear what you rate the Tunnel to Towers Foundation.
Right, which it's always high pressure when I'm sitting right next to the guy. It's like, but we'll give it 10, even though I don't generally give 10s. That's a rookie score. We'll give it 10. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't a 10.
You know, we ask for $11 a month.
$11, you get a full pie. You're good to go. You skip one pie.
You skip one pie, and you help a hero and their family that are left behind. So let's do good together.
Let's do it.
And we are back here. I think there's a penalty on that last play, so it'll be 3rd down here. Same backfield, Dale Balzano, Del Cortivo from the 38-yard line. That snap is fumbled and picked up by number 28, Joey Maniscalco. First down, Tri-State.
It's the man with a nose for the football on Tri-State, Joey Maniscalco. And you got to love a guy that keeps on playing no matter what the score is. That's a coach's dream right there. And Joey Maniscalco pounces on that fumble.
So the one thing I'd say about the center exchanges, it's been an issue today. And FDNY
on
is
both sides.
Right. And FDNY is going to move to 4-0. But when we look at the Fun City Bowl in a couple of weeks, that's for all the marbles. They're going to have to clean that up. They're going up against NYPD, one of the other teams within this league that can challenge FDNY. I'm a little concerned about the center exchanges.
That is a pro segue right there, Mr. Blewett. June 1st, they're going to have to clean up a lot as the fire department will be taking on the police department, which we hope will be a battle of unbeatens.
There we go. Jamar Edwards with the carry across the 50-yard line. Picks up 8 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 2. See if Tri-State can get on the board here.
Johnny Esposito with a nice tackle for the fire department. But a good run, Mike. 2nd and short.
Yeah, we expected to see a lot more of Edwards today. And we saw more of Masonette in the first. And here's Edwards getting a carry. And he picks up a few. I think they'll spot him across the first down. Yes, they will. So Edwards was one of our featured players going into the game. We did not really see him get a lot of touches. There's not a lot of sustained drives. Masonette got the ball a lot in the first half. And now Edwards, too little, too late. But he's able to pick up a first down here.
Yeah, we're seeing some guys who may not see the field as much during this season out there for the fire department, getting in their reps.
Ugarte complete to Cribbs. Down the field, across the 25. Cribbs fighting for more yards and dragged down by a gang of FDNY Bravest defenders. But one of their biggest completions of the game, John. It's a 25-yard, really a 15-yard completion.
I'm sure the fire department defense would be proud with the shutout. And with just under 5 minutes to go, Tri-State threatening.
Ugarte flushed out of the pocket. Hassan after him. He's down the field into the end zone. That is a great throw. Tough catch. Unable to come up with it is Ramel Joseph on the coverage. Is number 27, Elijah Toussaint.
Ramel Joseph, Mike, going horizontal, almost coming up with that grab that would have been the catch of the game. My goodness, that was close, Mike.
It was. Nearly got on the board there. High degree of difficulty, but a really strong throw from Ugarte.
Laying it all out. Ramel Joseph, who's got a ton of ability, has been limited today as Tri-State still looking for their first win of the season under what some would call a new regime. First-year head coach Jay Meyer and Kern, the defensive coordinator, his son in the defensive backfield as well. But they're going to find their way, Mike. I really do believe Tri-State is close despite this pounding by the fire department today. Tri-State, the future is bright for the Shields.
I mean, their backfield of Miguel Masonette, basically an NFL level player previously.
Sure.
And Jamar Edwards should give a lot of trouble to other teams. I just wonder if they go with the ground and pound in the future. They utilize Ugarte's athletic ability so much, John, that obviously it's something you want to do, but I would go a little bit more traditional considering their running backs.
Absolutely. I mean, I think this game, too, speaks to the depth of the fire department. Ugarte is a great athlete, but really just didn't have anywhere to go today as the defense for the fire department pitching a shutout.
Denzel Wilson, number 95, John Cunningham, number 91, Donovan Abreu, number 98, all guys at the defensive line today that had big impacts.
Monster day for the D-line. We got single coverage on both the right and left for Tri-State.
All right, Ugarte rolling out, looking downfield and pushed out of bounds on the play. That's Carberry. Jonathan Carberry pushes Ugarte out of bounds.
FDNY not making it easy on this drive from Tri-State. Tri-State looking to punch it in to get their first points of the day.
And
What do you think happens here, Mike?
They haven't allowed a point yet today. They allowed 10 points their previous game. The game we called a month ago, only 6 points. They are a team that has really restricted their opposing offenses. The FDNY defense has to be the best in the league. We'll see if Ugarte can get these guys over the goal line. 2nd and 8 from the 12, and he does it.
Tommy Davis with the first points of the day for Tri-State. And a simple little pass play, Mike. Not too far away from the Ortega touchdown.
Here's the replay right here.
So Ugarte, patient, just a 2-step drop. And threading the needle, it's number 12, Tommy Davis, the receiver.
So FDNY fails to gain the shutout, but clearly they did their work in the first 50-plus minutes of this game. Tri-State Shield's going to go for 2 here. Ugarte's got 3 split to his right with Masonette standing next to him in the backfield. And he's got Masonette. He flicks it to Masonette for the 2-pointer, and they do get it. So that makes it 17-8. 9-point deficit now. Time running low. We're going to hit a break right here and come back and wrap up this fourth quarter.
We take a look one more time at the 2-point conversion. Beautifully played as Masonette's wide open in the end zone.
Okay, now we're going to hit a break. We'll take a break in the action, be back at Bethpage High School after this.
Tom Olkers served others.
He was an incredible husband, father, NYPD officer, and FDNY firefighter.
At age 26, Tom worked at Ground Zero in the rescue and recovery efforts following the attacks of 9/11.
Throughout his courageous battle against World Trade Center cancer, Tom deeply appreciated the care provided for him and his family, including the FDNY's Family Assistance Unit.
One of the TO Foundation's first initiatives is to purchase a family assistance van to help ease the burden for other firefighters and their families when facing an illness.
Together, we will honor Tom by helping first responders and their families in their hour of need. Please visit tofamilyfoundation.org today.
And we're back. We're back at Bethpage High School. I'm going to be solo here for the next couple of minutes as John Heffernan goes down. He's going to do a post-game interview. Just 1 minute and 19 seconds left in the action. Tri-State, I would imagine they'll be trying an onside kick right here. Nope, kicks away. And that is picked up by Marco Babby, and he is brought down by number 28 of the Tri-State Shields. That's Joey Maniscalco, who picked up the fumble that led to the touchdown. So the play still matters. And we'll see what the FDNY does here. I'd imagine it's kneel it out time as they're going to pick up their 4th victory of the season. 17-8. See if Tri-State uses any timeouts here. I'd imagine this one's all over. But you got to play it out. So FDNY back in shotgun. They've had issues with center exchanges today. We'll see if they can just keep it clean here at the end. Again, in the backfield, it's Anthony Balzano and Ricky Dal Corvito. They hand it to Dal Corvito up the middle. He gets it across the 45, and it is a timeout for the Shields. So they will preserve as much time as possible. Just over a minute to go. 1 minute and 6 seconds left. Once again, I'd like to thank all of our sponsors today. The FDNY Bravest sponsors, the New York Firefighters Heart and Lung Institute, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation, the TO Family Foundation, the Gary Sinise Foundation, and Rigging NYC Contractors Incorporated. And last but not least, the post-game party. BK Sweeney's Parkside Tavern, located at 356 Broadway in Bethpage, New York, not too far from where we are today. Thank you to Bethpage High School for hosting this game today. Howard C. Votes Field, specifically at Bethpage High School, home of the Golden Eagles. But again, the FDNY Bravest look to be moving to 4-0 here. They are at the top of the standings in Division I in the National Public Safety Football League. This game in 2 weeks, called the Fun City Bowl, the FDNY Bravest versus the NYPD Finest, is typically one of the most competitive games in the National Public Safety Football League. That game could very well decide who goes on to play in the national championship. You have other teams within this division, the Roanoke team, and San Diego Enforcers. They will be competing as well. There is a power ranking based on schedule and based on last year's results that will come into play if everybody remains undefeated. But again, all of these games are very important. Only 5 regular season games for FDNY Bravest, and they've been able to keep it clean up until now. That game, June 1st, we'll be back here. T&D Sports Video Production is doing a great job providing all the camera work on the audio today for myself, Mike Blewett, and John Heffernan, the color commentator on the day. So that game at Mitchell Field, again, on Long Island, not too far from where we are right now. Home game for your guy here, Mike Blewett. I live not too far from this facility and that facility. So looking forward to that. It'll be an evening game under the lights at Mitchell Field in 2 weeks against NYPD's finest football team. And we'll see if the Bravest, they drop the snap. That's dangerous. There's a minute to go, and they are still having center exchange issues. It'll be 4th down. Tri-State out of timeouts, but FDNY will have to punt this one away with time running really scarce right now for Tri-State. With a 9-point deficit, only so much they can do. It's why these early in the game, they couldn't get anything going. Even to try to get a field goal up on the board would have been critical at this juncture. They made a big play early on in the game, picking off Tom Heedles on that first drive, keeping him out of the end zone. But FDNY Bravest able to bounce back in the second half. Heedles with a touchdown pass to Eric Ortega. Francis Cole obviously paced away with his kicking ability, putting the first 3 points off the board. Booming punts all throughout the afternoon. Trey Wilson, though, when it comes down to it, a star of the game, excuse me. Don't have his exact numbers, but with 17 seconds left in the game, it's safe to say that Trey Wilson was really one of the heroes of today's game. They came back out of halftime, decided that Tremaine Wilson was going to be the guy that was going to get the ball consistently. They moved the ball down the field. And Heedles ran one in on a broken play and then flicked that sidearm pass to Eric Ortega for the touchdown pass. Heedles scored a touchdown last week as well, so very much a part of the FDNY Bravest attack. Excuse me, folks, a little under the weather. Doing my best here, though. Hopefully you've enjoyed the broadcast today. Hopefully you've enjoyed the action. And here's the kick from Cole. Another good punt. He's going to get a beneficial roll. Picked up by number 13, Michael Arias. Makes it to the outside, and he is brought down. Good tackle there by Gerard Waterman. With 17 seconds left before that play, I think this is probably our last play. Tri-State going to get one more shot in order to make something happen, but with a 9-point deficit. Too little, too late. FDNY Bravest defense really putting on a show. If we could flash that FDNY defensive graphic yet again, show you some of those names, some of those highlights from players that made plays all day. Darren Payne, John Moody, Khalifa Forbes, Frank Zerbo, John Esposito. But really, that defensive line, Mike Song, Denzel Wilson, John Cunningham, even Donovan Abreu making plays. Very difficult defense to deal with. Size, speed, ability, the defensive backs getting their hands on a lot of balls. all throughout. It's going to be key as they continue their run through the rest of this season in the Fun City Bowl and hopefully beyond that. It's looking good right now, but that game in 2 weeks will be the key to the season for both teams. And that's it. So they kneel it out. Tri-State decides not to do anything with it. Couldn't make anything happen on that kick, so they're going to kneel it out. That's the end of the game. 17-8 is the final. National Public Safety Football League final. FDNY Bravest moved to 4-0, first place in the division, attempting to defend their crown as national champions of the National Public Safety Football League. Thank you for watching. Here you can see the handshake. We're going to come back. We'll have a post-game interview. We'll wrap up from Bethpage High School. But as always, you see the good sportsmanship here between the National Public Safety Football League. We'll go to a break and come back with an interview right after this.
New York Firefighters Heart and Lung Institute is a medical center for firefighters, designed by firefighters. As a leading provider of advanced medical screenings, we take pride in offering the best healthcare experience for firefighters and first responders. Since 2002, the New York Firefighters Heart and Lung Institute has been dedicated to screening, diagnosing, and treating first responders and their families each and every day. We provide a broad range of testing and medical care, including cardiac and pulmonary testing, as well as educational seminars focused on firefighter safety throughout the USA and Canada. We are proud to have recently entered into a partnership with the Uniformed Firefighters Association to encourage all firefighters to come in and get tested. New York State awarded a grant to the UFA for testing and cancer screening, and they have partnered with the New York Firefighters Heart and Lung Institute to provide certain services at no cost to the individual. Check out FDNYheart.com or call 516-441-7614 to schedule an individual or group firehouse visit today.
Page High School. Again, the final 70-8 FDNY Bravest over the Tri-State Shields. John Heffernan is going to be doing an interview for us here in a moment with one of the stars of the game today. That's Tremaine Wilson, the running back. Tremaine Wilson, give you some, he's at Engine 63 out of Tottenville High School. He played at SUNY Albany, so again, Division I FCS talent. And we're going to throw it down to John as he's with Trey Wilson on the sidelines. John, down to you.
Season for running back number 21, Trey Wilson, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, man, I thought we were supposed to ease you back out there slowly, Trey. By the looks of things early on, you were the one bright spot offensively for this team. Did you just say, hey, man, keep giving me the reps, I feel good? What did it feel like to get back out there after the hamstring injury?
I feel great being out there with our offensive line, O-line, and all of this. I felt great getting the chemistry back together.
Listen, there wasn't a lot of room out there, especially in that first half. Only 3 points off the foot of Francis Cole. The receivers were having trouble. What was it about your game, Trey, that you felt got you into a rhythm and really seemed to pick up where you left off last year as the leading rusher for this team?
The O-line. I can't do nothing without the O-line. They open up the holes spots, right?
There you go. Credit to Tri-State. Their defense was pretty good. I want you to enjoy this one, but everyone's talking about June 1st. PD, FD, you guys have won 20 games in a row, undefeated this year. How good does this one feel and a chance at continuing this undefeated streak on June 1st?
It was good, but get ready for this.
All right, and just finally, before I let you go, the injury obviously kept you on the shelf for a while. What do you feel like your abilities are going to be moving forward in what could be the final game of the year next in the next couple of weeks?
So good moving forward, and I look forward to June 1st.
Player of the game, number 21, Trey Wilson. Didn't get into the end zone, but multiple touches, close to 100 yards, Trey, at least. We don't have stats officially yet, but Trey Wilson, great job. FD takes it. Their undefeated streak continues. Now at 3-0, heading into the police department game on June 1st at Mitchell Field. Mike Blewett, my partner up in the booth. Take it away, boys. Great game.
Thank you, John. Appreciate that. Great stuff from Tremaine Wilson. A tremendous performance today. Tremendous job by everybody here. Thank you for everybody watching, for listening, for watching this contest. We'll be back in 2 weeks as you see the FDNY Bravest take out the Tri-State Shield 17-8. We'll be back at Mitchell Field in 2 weeks for the Fun City Bowl. FDNY Bravest, NYPD Finest. On behalf of T&D Sports Productions, myself, John Heffernan, the FDNY Bravest, and the Tri-State Shields, thank you for watching. We'll see you in 2 weeks.